Okay, I actually brought out the mic today because today is a day where we're gonna have to speak about a lot of things, and I'm joined by a panel. Some of the panel people, some of them say they're eating. Okay, they're eating. They're not lying. They're eating some food. Some people are having tea. I'm not gonna mention who. I didn't know tea was still a thing, but big up to you for the tea. But welcome to the channel, guys. Get some food if you want to eat because it might take a long time. And I'm joined
Yeah.
by one of Pep Guardiola's biggest haters, Kilkster. I'm joking.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're confusing me with Carl.
I'm joking.
I
Anyway,
have
okay, so
I'm on the record. I have never said Pep out, ever. I'm not a Pep hater. I just think
I
he's
know.
having a
No,
bad
but
season,
nobody's.
but I'm not, I
He
love
is
Pep.
having a. He is. So on that note, guys, as you are liking the video, we're going to play a small intro just to test it out if it's working.
Wins tackles! In front! Wonderful goal! It's a title winner! Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying! Hat-trick hunting, trick getting. Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!
Okay, so the intro is working. Okay, so guys, the title of this video is "Where Did It All Go Wrong?" And I know it's a very sad title, and some people saying, I've already had some people saying, "Why are you so negative?" Bless you. Why are you so negative? Why are you not being positive? Why the time the team is struggling? Your plastic side is showing by hating on the team, posting hate towards the players. Patrick, why don't you go back to the club you used to support before this club? Uh, anyway, so those are the brief statements people are doing. Those are the happy clappers who are still crying. Anyway, Kilkster, I'm going to start off with the positive, and then you can join in. Don't worry, it's a freestyle. You can join in before the other people
I
join
have
in.
some positives, so I like to start this way. I do have some positives.
You start. Let me be drinking my water. You start with the positive, and then I'll bring my positives in. Because you just watched the match, by the way. Did you tell the people that you just watched the second half fresh off the
Yeah, I
second half?
just watched the second half. The second half started at 9:30 UK time, and I'm 8 hours behind UK time. I'm on the west coast of America, so that's 1:30 p.m. for me. And I had a work meeting for an hour, so I couldn't watch it live. I had it on in the background, like with no sound on, because it was like a video conference, like phone call with my manager. So I had to pay attention to that, but I kept kind of like diverting my eyes over, and literally I diverted over. I saw Holland take a penalty. I just saw that it was 2-2. I don't know how it got to 2-2, and then I saw the final as 3-2, and yeah, the meeting was like an hour, so I had to go back and rewatch it today to be able to discuss it freshly, and oof, that hurt. Rough.
So what are the positives? Let's start first half. Okay, what are the positives from this game? Because I have a few, but what are your positives? Because you
My
know what I
number
told
one
you,
positive.
I warned you though. Look at your face now. You're fresh off the disappointment.
Fresh off a defeat, and I'm smiling. Shocking.
Yeah. So what are the positives from you? I know you say John Stones, which we were.
No, positive number one is Joško Vardiol. That guy is a unicorn.
Okay.
The guy is amazing. I boldly said after the game, I said, give this man a 10-year extension. I guarantee you Real Madrid are going to start sniffing around soon, especially after he just dunked on them like he did. So lock this guy up. He is a very special player. I thought he was outstanding yesterday. I think he's been our best player this season, and he's a fullback, or he's a center back playing as a fullback who's playing as a winger, who's setting shots out. Like he's just incredible, man. I love that guy. I'm so glad we signed him after that ridiculous transfer saga, and we need to lock him down. That's someone you build your team around. So I thought he was great. When I saw the lineup and I saw Stones as a DM, I was very skeptical, but I thought he performed very well. And it's a shame that he just can't stay healthy, because the quality's there.
Isn't it funny that the guy who's not a midfielder looked like the best midfielder on the pitch? why Camavinga is on that pitch. And why Jude Bellingham is on that pitch.
He played like he did in the Champions League final. So maybe he's just a Champions League player and he just he gets up for that competition.
I think he can also do it in the Prem, because the last time he did in the Prem, he was brought from an injury. Remember, he was fresh off an injury and he was just brought in. Okay, big up to Eric for the €5.
At Arsenal, he was not good.
Yeah, it wasn't. Roles. Yeah, but big up to Eric for the €5 super chat. Thank you very much. I'm gonna use that to drink some coffee as I'm crying tomorrow. But big up to you, saying that. I think people don't know that YouTube will fleece all that anyway. But anyway, so you're saying John Stones. Do you see him now? Like, to be honest with you, do you know what also made me laugh? John Stones leaves the midfield. The quality in the midfield drops when Kovacic and Ashford DM comes in. It looks like John Stones is one level above Kovacic. Is that wrong to say?
Well, Kova's not a DM. Kova's not a DM, so I disagree with the statement that when you say a DM comes on, I don't think Kova's a DM. Oh, no, he's been a big problem. He doesn't play any ounce of like defense. Like to be a defensive midfielder, you actually have to put tackles in and kick the ball away. And he's failed to do that all season. He's an 8. He's not a 6.
Okay, so Stones look better than Kova as a midfielder, not as a DM, but as a midfielder, on how he was moving around. Is it due to the fact maybe John Stones has been playing the system for so long? Because I was impressed. Let's not forget, as bad as this Madrid team is, they still had Jude, Camavinga, and Ceballos, who's been having a great season in midfield, and John Stones made them look silly. And he was the best midfielder. So that was
a great game.
That was my
great game. My concern is that now we don't have a right back, so I think we have to put Stones as the right back because until he gets injured, because we know that's going to happen.
Why don't you
want to see Rico or Nunes there? I think the DM and the right back position are cursed this season. Like every time
do you know what I said? Do you know what I said?
Immediately a problem.
I know. Do you know what I said? Welcome to Luke and Prophet for the first time in the show. But this is what I said, City fans. When remember Caboli was sent to Benfica and it failed in Benfica. They were not playing him in Benfica. Like things did not work out. Do you know what made me laugh? City has done this 3 times, by the way. Look, 3 times where we have right back or 4 back is injured, or we are struggling with that position. A right back comes from somewhere else back to the City group. They just send them off somewhere. Because Caboli used to play in for Luton Town and he was not bad.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, okay, Benfica sending him back to us. Walker wants to leave. Surely just keep him around the group. He's played in the Prem. Please do it. No,
exactly.
we send him elsewhere.
I think we had to get rid of Walker though. He was like who's the guy in the dirt cloud?
No, I'm
talking
about
that guy. He's brought bad news with him. Like
I'm talking about
addition by subtraction for me. But the problem is you had to replace him, and they didn't replace him in January. They had a chance to, and they didn't.
Kilkster, I'm talking about the kid Caboli, who came from Benfica, who's a right back, played in the Prem for Luton Town. Luton wanted to buy him. We said no, but he came back in January. But after 5 days, we sent him elsewhere. I was like, if you are a team desperate, sometimes keep him. Mm-hmm. He's played in the Prem, and he's one of the good right backs in the Prem that time. I remember I had him in my fantasy team, and I was eating off him and telling people this is a City Academy kid. He's very physical, very fast. It's just sometimes it fascinates me, but I know why this happens, because our manager loves these small technical players, these sort of midfielders changed into a 4-back. That's what he likes. He doesn't like a pure defensive straight running. So anyway, let me just add a few of the panel people, but I'm going to go straight to Luke. Luke, welcome to the channel. We were just talking about positive, and Kilkster says our positive is Josko, and she feels like we have to extend this contract because Madrid might start sniffing around or other teams. But what was your positive for the first half?
Well, see, yesterday I didn't watch along with Bevo yesterday, and we both of us watched the game together. There were positives. There were. I was impressed with Savinho, despite the fact that he wasn't given a lot to do really. A lot of the balls going forward, but I thought work rate was brilliant. I thought Stone was very good. I thought the defense actually did pretty well, and because I know we see 3 goals, we actually watched back the 3 goals. None of them were actually defensive mistakes, really. It was more the midfield just letting us down. I mean, the Mbappe goal was bad, but I mean, I won't blame. I think that was just one bad bit of marking there. I think for that one, also just a really lucky goal. But the last 2 goals, I mean, when you bring on Ilkay Gundogan and Kovacic, the confidence of the whole team
Against
just
Jude
dropped.
and Camavinga.
I'm sorry, Pep, but you've got to hold this. They're finished. They're both not look. Both of them on as quality. They probably do offer some stuff, but we need legs. You got Gonzalez on the bench. Nunes on the bench. Players who can at least do a bit of running. I'm not asking for Rodri level. I'm asking for someone who can just come on there and do a job for the rest of the game and see the game out. Gundogan can't do that. Now, I'm not saying he's the reason we lost the game, by the way. It was Ederson, the other reason why we lost the game. Two absolute ridiculous mistakes. But the midfield, I mean, in terms of Stones and Bernardo's a bit here, but Stones and De Bruyne.
God, don't get me started, Bernardo.
But look, De Bruyne, in terms of creativity, not great. In terms of work rate, brilliant. I thought he ran everywhere for almost the whole game. I was quite impressed. He was out there for that long. I think work rate and actual ability from Haaland, Guardiola, and that was brilliant. But I think the problem is we've got a good first team when everyone's fit, but not a good squad. That's the issue we've got. Whereas Madrid, when everyone's fit on their end as well, have a better squad than we do. Because our players at the moment are aging. Madrid obviously isn't perfect, but they've got the players on the bench that want to come on, like Raheem Diaz, make an impact. So it's not necessarily a all negative thing, but I think we've got to admit that the squad isn't good enough overall, and that's why we lost that game today.
It's indeed quite funny. Before I go to the other guys on the panel, isn't it quite funny that every time we get dunked on by our academy players? Why is that? I'm getting pissed off these days. I am tired of getting dunked on by Morgan, getting dunked on by Palmer, getting dunked on by Brahim, getting dunked. I remember we even played against Maffeo one time and he was balling against, even Angelino was balling against us. Like every time our academy kids have to dunk on us, I think there's something we tell them before they leave and they're like, you'll see when I play against you. They seem to have advantages. Anyway, before we go to the negatives, we're all going to the positives.
Oh,
so
get your popcorn ready for that.
He's not here for positives. I can see from his face. He's not here for a positive. I can see from his face. My brother here is not here for a positive. So any positives from the game? Yeah, try, man. Any positives from the game?
There is no positive, is there?
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Let's face it. Right, I feel. Right, where do we start? Team selection. Yeah. When the lineup came out, I saw the meltdown. I wasn't too bothered, to be fair. I remember I was speaking to my mates on the way to the ground, and I was like, I don't really care who plays, as long as like they just go out there and just put a performance. I'm happy with that. So when the team selection came out, I was like, I could see what Pep was trying to do. You know what? People will say, oh, 5 centre half, why are they playing 5 centre half? But in my mind, what I was seeing before the game was like, John Stones is going to be our Rodri, but he was going to sort out that solidity in the back line, and Vardio is going to be the one who's going to provide the width on the left-hand side, because he's so good going forward, and he actually gives that extra body in the attack, if that makes sense. So I was kind of saying, but when the game started, 10 minutes into the game, and I was standing there, and I told my mate who was next to him, and I was like, can you see the formation here? It was like Ake and Diaz playing the 2 centre halves, and the whole 3 centre halves, Vardio, Akanji, and Stones, they were playing midfield. I was like, who is inverting? Like everything, them two who I thought they would be like the fullbacks, they were going to midfield, and I was like, right, okay, that's a bit strange, but let's go on with that. No problem at all. Maybe the manager got a plan, because when there's a new system in place, sometimes you just have to trust the manager, because obviously they've trained down the training ground before the match. And I was like, okay. So as the game went on, I was like, okay, the first, let's face it, we should have been 2-0 down in the first 20 minutes of the game. It was just a nice block from Ake, and they had a nice chance. Well, it was offside, but with the penalty, they had another chance with the Vinny Jr. He just struck the ball wide. Well, I was like, okay, we kind of see the same problems in the middle of the back line, but a nice play with Grealish. Vardio play through Haaland. Haaland lays on to Grealish. Grealish popped the ball forward into Vardio. We on it, 1-0 up. I was like, right, okay, 18 minutes, let's go for it. But I don't know what happened with this team. It's like every time we lead in a match, if everyone just looked lost.
True. Yeah.
Then Real Madrid start pressing us. I was like, okay, listen, you are at home. We all behind it. We were singing non-stop in that ground. Literally, we were singing our hearts out non-stop. Get behind them. But every time we had the ball, we were looking nervous. I was like, why are you nervous? You're playing at home. Do you know what I mean? It's 54,000 of us behind you. Because
tell you
Real
what.
Madrid, the away end, it was empty. It's one of the there's only one Spanish group of fans that actually filled up their away end from the last 10 years of the Etihad. It was Sevilla. So the Sevilla fans, they always come in numbers, but Barcelona, Real Madrid, they don't come. There's nothing in their way end. Why are you nervous? I know it's the occasion, but let's go for it. Right, we go 1-0 up at half time. Second half, straight to goal, yeah. I don't know what's been happening in that changing room, that every time we come out in the second half, we just look all over the place. It's Pep Guardiola telling them players horror stories at halftime. Are they watching like a horror movie? What's going on? Because it happens against Brighton, Bournemouth, Spurs.
Brentford.
It's just a nightmare.
Feyenoord, the list just goes on.
Feyenoord.
Too many.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal as well.
United.
No, what's the team talk at halftime? Genuine
I don't think
question.
these guys have the right fitness levels. They're all gassed after 50 or 60 minutes.
I would love to see a documentary this season
Yeah,
behind the scenes.
literally,
That'd be a
that's
good
what
one. They won't put one out though. I
That's what-
guarantee they won't.
you know.
I will see it.
I bump into Big Steve
I'm dying to see it.
at full time, and he said the same.
Let
Oh,
me-
there.
what-
He's
what
got the
did-
stats right
what
here.
Pep
Feyenoord
says
versus PSG.
In the changing room at halftime, that we've seen this season, that every time we come up for the second half, we
It's
just
very,
look
mate. It's
disjointed.
Can you hear me, Patrick?
Then
Oh, God, here we go.
I mean, listen.
let me just finish that off. Then
I can hear you.
No,
Then
go
we
ahead.
went
Go
to
ahead.
Madrid's goal. Yeah, fair enough. It was a free kick. It hit the bar. It hit the wall. Then all of a sudden we tried to play offside. Ederson just standing in goal. He didn't even try to come out. You know what I mean? Make yourself
I can
bigger.
explain, mate. I can explain exactly why this all happened in the second half. It's very simple. Listen, Patrick knows me, right? I'm fortunate to be a coach for kids, young kids, doing it for 10 or so years. I'm fortunate to be one of the coaches for the club here in the US. Understand the way they play. Let me explain something to you, right? In the game, high-level games, players are players. There are two things you have to look for, right? How do I exploit the weakness of my opponent, either qualitatively, getting a better player to play against their weakness, or do I have more numbers? I'm telling you right now that second half kicks off. Rico comes on the pitch. The whole crowd is nervous because we all know exactly what's going to happen. Everybody in the world knows you cannot play Rico Lewis as an inverted fullback midfield against Vinicius Jr. on that side. He will get killed. And that nervousness transmits to the whole team completely. It's clear. So my question is, you buy 3 players in January. Kusanov, Hayes, Gonzalez, and then you get Mahmoud 4.
And Victor.
Don't
Don't forget Victor.
Hayes can't play. He's not on the roster.
But that's my point, though, right? So you bench him, right, in the Champions League, and you put Rodri, who's not fit. In the biggest game at home, where you have a chance to go through, where you know that one thing Kusanov has is speed and physicality. You don't play him, and you bring on at halftime a kid who hasn't played since January the 4th against Vinicius Jr. You know what Madrid did?
He played on Saturday.
Go check the video out. They overloaded him time and time and time and time again. They said, we're not going to worry about the left-hand side, the right-hand side. We're going to go through that left-hand side because we know the poor kid is not yet there yet, and we're going to overload him.
Why didn't he play Mateus Nunes? Because he's been playing.
This is my question.
Bozo. He's had Bozo moments.
Yeah,
Right?
but
But
he's
regardless,
been playing right back
right?
for the past
Why?
2 months.
So,
Why do you decide all of a sudden,
right?
big
But
game,
put yourself
I'll
in that kid's position,
Rico
right?
Lewis?
He knows he's been struggling for the past couple of weeks. He knows. Everybody knows it. We all know it.
Yeah.
City fan, you know what, right? You play him against Vinicius Jr. in a UCL.
That's mad.
Stupid.
Thinking about it, that's mad.
Seriously.
Isn't Vinny like one of the, if not the best winger in the
You
world?
play him
Up there,
in
yeah.
an inverted fullback, which means that he's
He's
out
been
of position
stinky
because he has to
this
tuck in against Vinicius. Go watch the game again. Vinicius says, I'm going to stay high and wide left. Y'all can do what you want to do. When you get the ball to me in transition, I'm going to run in, and then Mendy's going to overload me every time, after time, 1 time, 2, 3, 4. And you play Rico. He destroyed his career. What's he going to do now?
Why
It
do you
felt
sign a 30
It
million
felt like
pound
putting a
sign
lamb to the
centre half?
slaughter, and for some odd reason, he picked Rico to slaughter
And then-
instead
and
of.
then Kelsa,
Yeah,
let
but
me
why
out. Kelsa, right?
have you got it? Why do you just sign a 30 million pound centre half and don't play them? Why?
Then just hear me out. You buy Gonzalez, who is supposed to be the Rodri replacement, the guy, right? The guy who can tick-tack and move the ball, pass the ball, control the game. Okay? And then you bring on Gundogan and Kovacic.
The whole.
Why
the
did we
whole-
spend 60 million on Marmouche and not
It
play
has
him against
been-
that back line that
my
consisted
only
of an
question
unnamed
is-
center
my-
back
my
and
only
two
question is,
midfielders
like,
and
this
a
season,
bad fullback.
Listen,
I'm just searching for answers, right? And maybe somebody can help me
listen,
out.
we
I'm learning.
praise
Because to
Pep.
me, it just doesn't make sense. If we had played those kids and we lost the game, we'd be like, fair play, right? We see what's happening. But to go back to the same crew who lose you game after game, Feyenoord, I was there at the Etihad, 3-0 up. He makes a change in the 53rd, 54th minute. We're like, why is he making a change now? It collapses.
The reason why he made those changes is because he thinks that Ilkay Gundogan, with experience as he has, he's going to calm the whole game down. He's going to slow the tempo. He's just keep the ball moving. However, Gundogan won't do that if you play him as an advanced 8. Sometimes in that game, Gundogan was pushing so further up the field rather than just sitting next to Kovacic and literally making the ball moving. Sometimes, that's why I criticize Pep Guardiola quite a lot this season. His in-game management has been abysmal.
Yeah,
Has been
Bad.
awful.
Terrible.
Awful. Honestly, awful. From substitution, it's just awful. Why is he doing
the
that?
reason why the crowd, and I was watching the game, right, with my wife and my son, we're watching, like, watch what happens. When I heard I said, watch the crowd. The crowd were completely quiet in the second half. First half, they were trying, right? Why? Because we all know Vini against Rico, poor kid, what's he going to do? He himself is nervous.
Slaughter.
What's
he
he
did his
gonna do?
best. That's what he could do. He did his best.
Yeah, but to be fair, to Pep Guardiola, the players also need to take some responsibility.
Agree.
Because
Agree.
this is not acceptable that with 5 minutes to go, with 2-1 up at home, and
Edison,
all of a sudden you just decide to start giving gifts to positions.
And Edison, what was that pass? What was
Yeah.
that pass? I'm
Edison,
sorry.
Kovacic, what was
Honestly,
that pass?
What you
Kick
have
it
to
out.
do is just kick it long to your man up
That's
front.
it. Out for a corner.
Why
or
you
goal
kicking
kick.
to the right
Throw in.
back?
Looked like Ortega on that kick.
And he's kicking to the right back, and guess who was in the right back? Rico Lewis. Why?
Mindless.
Right,
Brainless,
Kovacic. Listen,
It's a
Kovacic.
shame because Ederson
You
was
played,
like man of the
yeah,
match,
Kovacic,
honestly,
you
until
played.
that point.
European finals,
Yeah.
World Cup finals, FA Cup finals, Carabao Cup finals. I don't know, Croatia League One final, whatever that is. When you were young, this is a knockout stage against Real Madrid. You are at home, and you're trying to back flick it back to the defense.
The truth is, mate, is that we always know that Madrid is always going to be tough, regardless. They're going to have
Why does
chances.
he not
That's-
kick for a throw?
Right. That's who they are. But for me, right, the way you win these matches, in my opinion, is that the subs are subs that change the game. When you bring on Gundogan and Rico, you've lost the game. Patrick is here. Patrick said, halftime, it's over. He said it. I mean, what evidence have you seen that this guy can match up to Vinny Jr.? And then when he makes the tackle, the manager's clapping. Yeah. You know what that tells me? That tells me you're trying to prove a point. You
No,
have Kusanov.
It's very
No,
simple.
Nunes-
Pep
Nunes
is addicted
goes-
to his
he has to-
players. He cannot quit them. He cannot quit
Favorites.
these old guys. He cannot quit
Favorites.
Gundogan. He
Every
cannot
time.
quit Bernardo. He cannot quit KDB. He cannot quit Stones. They need to be removed from the team for them to stop playing. Literally, like Pep has never gone through this where he's stayed somewhere long enough to watch the whole crew and then to see them, like, he's never watched good players decline like this.
No.
And he needs to be ruthless, and he's being sentimental.
Yeah, but the problem
the
with
ruthlessness
KDB,
is gone.
the whole thing with KDB, I blame more on Pep than Kevin De Bruyne.
Mhm.
Do you know why?
What do you mean by
the
that?
whole KDB? See, ever since KDB got injured after the treble, he had a surgery, whatever, after the treble, yeah, and he was chilling during the summer, going through rehab and whatnot. That's where I. So when we went into pre-season, we went to Japan and South Korea, where we were doing that electric kit or whatever. We were just releasing merchandise to Japan, signing up for that. So I remember that pre-season really well. KDB, he was just it was to make up number. He didn't play any single game in that pre-season. We played Yokohama when we won 5-3. Then we played Bayern Munich. We won 2-1. We played Atleti. We lost 2-1. None of them 3 games KDB played. Then we went to Community Shield. Remember against Arsenal with the penalties. KDB came on second half to play 15 minutes. So he didn't play pre-season, and he played 15 minutes in the Community Shield. I was like, you know what? Let's try easing him off, bring him off the bench, just get that match fitness. First game of the season. Wait to Burnley. Who starts that game? KDB.
Right.
Why?
And
He
then
just
he
came off
immediately
long-term
tore his
injury. He never played any preseason games. He only got 15 minutes of Community Shield on his leg. You starting him. 32 minutes into that game, he goes down. What happened? We don't see him again for another 6 months. Why?
I told you, Pep is addicted to these players. He cannot let them go.
Yeah, no. The reason is Pep Guardiola, his game management with KDB and poor recruitment. Yeah, because when KDB was out, we were all sat in here, every single one. We watched the team without Rodri when Rodri got sent off. We watched the team without KDB. We all sat in here and say we need to sign a midfielder. That was 2024 winter transfer window. We signed no one.
Yeah.
KDB
I don't think
came back.
KDB can start anymore.
We would just rely on KDB to bail us out the game. Newcastle away. KDB comes on.
I told people stop. I saw people stop depending on him. Wait, I'm gonna have to throw it to Don't Smoke then Kenny.
Let me just finish my
up,
point.
then I throw it to Don't Smoke. Finish up, then I throw it to Don't Smoke. Yeah.
Why is it that when it comes to midfield, the recruitment at this football club has been really, really bad? Under Pep Guardiola, we've signed 13 centre backs, including full backs, 8 attacking players, wingers, strikers, and 5 midfielders. And 3 of them, which is Alvin Phillips, Mateo Nunes, and Max Peroni. We bin them, all of them. We don't trust them. The only 2 midfielders that actually work under Pep Guardiola for this football clubs is Ilkay Gundogan and Rodri. None of them. Why?
He had a good core though. Like,
yeah, but okay.
He came into David Silva.
He
came
scored.
into KDB. Fernandinho.
Mancini, David Silva, Pellegrini, KDB, and Fernandinho, which was Pellegrini. So
that is actually true. That is actually true.
Remove that.
He's been able to survive that, but they've all aged out, and he's just not seeing it.
Why are we struggling to sign a proper creative midfielder for the past 2 summers?
It's Pep Roulette. That's why. Why do you think Alvarez left? It's like this whole Pep Roulette thing. I think it scared a lot of players off. They want to come and play their position. They don't want to be rotated. They don't want to play on the wing.
During this winter transfer window, we all said in the here that we need to sign midfielders. Why the first 2 transfer windows was 2 centre halves?
Matthias, I remember Patrick would bear me out, the abuse I got about Alvarez, that sale. I remember the abuse I got. I said, why are you agreeing to sell Julian Alvarez? He has a 3-year contract left because he wants to go. This is the guy who's won everything in world football. He's your lucky charm. You know what I say that? Without Alvarez, you don't win that 4th in a row. You don't. Because when Haaland goes down, De Bruyne goes down, he's there to get goals and assists and create. And now he's gone to Atletico. And now they're competing with Madrid. Why? Because he wants to go? You don't have to sell if he wants to go. When Bernardo wanted to go, you didn't sell him. You told him to sit down. So why
Hold
Alvarez?
Bernardo hostage.
With Walker, he booked a Chinese restaurant and went for the date with Kyle Walker.
Don't you start. Don't you start. Kenny, go ahead, Kenny. Wait, let me hear from Kenny. Kenny, go ahead, Kenny. Go ahead. What do you want to say, Kenny? What do you want, Kenny? Kenny, go ahead.
Hiya. Sorry, I was a little bit late. Basically, what I feel is like, obviously, with you're making good points in regards to KDB and stuff like that. The way I feel is Pep is using him a little bit wrong, because the way I think is KDB used to be the best at passing the ball in behind players. The only person who would run in behind for him is Haaland. Like, Foden doesn't run in behind. Savio hardly runs in behind. They want the ball to feed and then try to go, invert and run into the man. Where when KDB's at his best is when we had like players like Mahrez, Sane, Sterling, who all want to run in behind, and KDB can find that pass. Now very stubborn in the sense of telling his players, stay wide, but don't run in behind. Don't run in behind, because we want to pass the ball left and right. So you need to stay wide. So when we pass the ball to you, you can pass the ball back in. But I was at the game yesterday. I was in the stadium, and every single fan that I sat next to, why is Mamouche, for example, not playing? Who runs in behind, who will cause chaos? Why is certain players not playing? And when Rico Lewis came on, a lot of fans were like, "Oh my God, we're going to lose this game. We're going to lose this game."
I wrote a tweet and said TV off. I said TV off. I wrote a tweet and said TV off. I said TV off.
Why?
I'm not a hater. By the way, wait. Before you finish, I don't hate on any City player. I don't hate on City players. I just give my feedback, because what I have noticed on Twitter is people think when you give feedback to Pep, you can't. There's these people who come to you and say, you know more than the manager. That's the most childish thing I've ever seen.
Opinion. It's annoying.
I hate that statement because it's silly. I know it's silly. It's silly. Like, and guess what? Yesterday when
every time a criticize Phil Foden, you hate Phil Foden. You've got an agenda.
I know. That's what they say. And somebody said I hate English players. That's what somebody told me. Like, okay, Prophet, are you here? Prophet, are you here? Yeah. Right, so Prophet, I see you were almost going to break your TV screen yesterday. I could see it from the tweets. How are you feeling this morning, or this afternoon, or evening, wherever you are?
Well, I can't say I'm shocked. I was hoping that something happened, especially with the first half, where we were riding our luck. Should have been 2 or 3 down, but we rode it out. We got ourselves 1-0 ahead, and then Grealish went, then Akanji, and I'm saying, all right, let us see what the story is in the second half. And then I was looking at Twitter, and then I saw you saying Rico is coming on. My feed was a bit slow, so I'm saying you must be making a joke. Rico cannot come on in a game like this. And then when I went back to the screen, I saw Rico on the pitch, and I'm saying, oh no, what's this? And then KDB is not happening. It is what it is. KDB has done his best for Man City already. Gave us a Champions League, gave us multiple leagues. It's time for us to win.
Wait. Can you rewind that? He gave us a what?
Multiple leagues.
No. You said something before that. You said he gave us a Champions League.
Yeah, because of him in the semi-finals, he came up clutch in the semis and numerous other times. So he has done his part.
You should have said that. Do not say he gave us a Champions League.
All right, fine, but no,
I'm just joking. Go ahead.
Yeah, but he got us there. So it's now time to. He has done his best. It's time to move on. KDB, all right, fine. KDB is struggling. I'm looking to see Marmoush come on. All right, he's going to withdraw Ake. All right, fine. I'm looking to see Kusanov come on. I'm looking to get rid of Bernardo out of the field, because I don't know about you guys, but since the treble season, Bernardo has been getting progressively worse.
Was I the only one? Let me ask you this, Prophet, or even the guys in the panel. Was I the only one who sat there and say, even Nunes can come in this midfield when he brought Gundogan? I was like, even Nunes, you hate him, but he can run. What's Pep's issue with people who can run? Why does he like people who are slow, who are not very physical. I get it, it worked, but it only works when you've got your DM Pep. It works when the
I'm
system
negative.
isn't good.
Let me tell you why, Patrick.
The
Let me
answer
tell you
is
why.
very
Let
easy.
me,
We
let me, let me
already
tell you
screwed
why.
up against Dallo.
No,
and
let me
he
tell you
got
why.
eviscerated by
Very
Vinny.
easy.
Let
Just
let
what?
me tell you why, right? Very simple. Go listen to his comments about we
Or Almond,
cannot
whatever his name
compete
is.
in transitions. Period.
Yeah. Just
When
watch.
you when I don't
Watch his press
understand
conference.
how
Watch
in
what he
England,
says.
I don't understand how in England you can say we're not good at transitions, we can't compete. Fix it. Find
That's been
players
an
who can
issue
Oh,
for
I
compete
didn't.
with
years,
transition.
though.
But that's a
I didn't
lie.
forget you. Don't smoke. Don't smoke. I didn't forget you. Go ahead. Don't
Patrick,
smoke. Wait,
Patrick.
don't smoke. Wait, Matthias. Don't smoke. I didn't
Yeah.
forget you. Go ahead. I forgot you. Okay, don't smoke. I forgot you. Let me admit it. I did forget you. Yeah, sue me. Go
You
ahead.
know, the thing is, I'm shocked that we're all shocked, right? That's the first thing. The biggest
No,
problem we
nobody's
have
shocked.
is
Don't smoke. People, I think I've just
no.
accepted now.
Listen, Patrick. Our biggest issue is we have a manager who's more concerned of being called a genius than just winning simply. That's the biggest issue. We've seen it throughout the years in UCL, whereby he would not make the obvious decision and will just alter things just so everyone could be like, no, that was a genius move. We didn't see it. Right. And that's the biggest issue with Pep, whereby he'll overcomplicate simple things. We all knew that Madrid are going to overload one side, right? They took Mbappe and Vini against what you going to say against Rico. When they saw Rico coming on, they're like, look at this kid. He's not quick. First, the reality which we have to come to is Rico is not a good defender and he's not a good midfielder, right? So you have a Zini case here, a Zinchenko, whereby you're a utility player, but you're not as good as even Zini was, and we gave Zini so much slack. You buy two center backs, right? We've seen that Kusanov can play out, is good 1v1 defending, right? We saw what he done to Nico Jackson. He bullied him off the ball, right? Then for me, it's like he threw the game away. And the difference is this, right? Even the players know Rodri is the one who's to always keep them calm. If Rodri's on the pitch, you know we can't be easily got at, and if we do, he's got it in him to get us a decisive goal. Same thing we used to see with Fernandinho, whereby the defense was calm because they knew that no, we have a destroyer in front of us. They know that we don't have any covering. If you go through the midfield, it's a goal because we all know it's been City's problem.
I
When
have
you
a
consider
response to
chance,
that.
they score
I
against
have a
us.
response to that guy.
Yeah, I'll go to you, Kilkster, after. Don't smoke. Don't smoke. Keep going.
Yeah, so guys, Pep's going through a lot, and I blame the council around him. At the end of the day, when you're going through things, you need people around you to be honest with you.
Thank you.
Because it seems as if the people around him are scared to tell him the truth. Because it doesn't make sense that we, the fans, can see can see the issues clearly before they even happen. Everyone knew when Rico came on, we were going to concede. It was just a matter of how much.
And everyone has
But
known
yet-
all season when Gundogan comes on, we're going to concede.
Man,
These-
I don't even at this point. I don't even blame Gundo. Like,
He wasn't responsible yesterday.
what
It was
more can
Kova
he
and
do?
Ederson.
Facts.
Like,
Big
what more
boneheads.
can he do? What more can he do? Like the body is not there. He knows what he wants to do, but the body is slow. Is slow enough to react. Like, you can't blame him. He's literally he should be playing somewhere either in Saudi or in the US.
I guarantee
That's
you
it.
I guarantee you guys after the run of matches that City has the next 6 or 7 games, Pep is going to become a believer in transition because the amount of bad beatings that you're going to get, he's going to have to just decide to do the right thing. It has to be that.
But what are we going Profit on that note, it's Newcastle, right? Newcastle, then it's Liverpool. Why I'm ignoring Madrid is because I don't care about the Madrid game anymore. For those people who are writing me private messages, say believe. Please don't fool me. Please, please don't. I hate that behavior. Don't tell me I
You're
don't
gonna
want
do
Really?
a, you're gonna do a don't
I-
Robbie.
No.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't. I don't
Standing
want. Yeah,
outside
yeah.
mates reactive
Please.
believe.
Mateus, can you do that for us, please?
Not
Go
doing that,
do the Don
man.
Robbie at the Bernabeu. Go
I'm
do.
not that deluded. As soon as the final wheels are blown off, I was like, we out.
Nah,
we out.
somebody
done.
wrote me a message. He's like, brother, believe, we have to believe. And then he
You-
says this.
But
I'm
you also
sorry,
have
right,
to
but
be
if
honest
you
with
can't
ourselves.
keep it leave at
We're
home,
not nowhere near
No.
good enough. Do you know what I mean?
I
It's
know,
not-
I know. So, Kilster, you have an answer for this.
Yes, I do. The problem is that after the Forest game, remember, it worked because you had 4 center backs and 2 of them went off injured. And then yesterday, it worked and 3 players went off injured. Like every time he finds a solution, a
Almost
person critical to
all
that
injured.
gets injured. It's always the same critical people who get injured. It's never the bad players who get injured. So the bad
What?
players keep having
Okay,
to play.
so
and
why-
keep making
every
these
time we
mistakes.
get
why he's
Almost.
rushing? Why is he rushing back players?
That well, before the window, he had no choice.
He's desperate.
But we bought
Desperation.
players now. Now it is on him to start playing those players. But I'll give him some grace before January because he literally couldn't bring the money in at that point.
2 weeks ago, he came out in the press conference and said, "I don't know when Ake is going to be back." All of a sudden, Ake came back from the dead. Why is he starting?
Because he was scared.
Oh,
you know, he was
okay.
scared that
When,
Madrid is going to slap us. He was scared that Madrid is
He's
going to
done
slap us.
that. He's
And
done
Doku
that
as
before
well.
we went
Notice that
to.
Stone's miraculously
before we
healed
went
when we
to
signed
Anfield as
Husanov
well.
and Hayes.
He done that before we went to
Look at-
Anfield.
look at Kanji.
Anfield
We
play-
need to bench Akanji for a lot. Akanji needs to get healthy. He's been injured since like October.
Most of the squad
He's been
Go
injured
ahead,
since that
Luke.
first
playing
game
through
in the cup.
pain.
He needs
Go
to
ahead,
he
Luke.
needs to recover. But Pep
But-
is too stubborn and he
Yeah,
won't
but
play
they
the
can't,
guys.
they
He's rushing
can't
him
play
back,
full
and that's on
plane
Pep.
anymore. Look. They can't play full plane anymore because we've signed 2 defenders.
No, I
Also,
agree, mate.
Husanov
That's
is
what I'm
older than
saying.
Rico, so I'm not using this
Also-
age argument.
It's nonsense.
He's older than
Yeah.
Rico. He needs to play.
No.
He's exactly
look,
what we
look.
need. I don't care about
Look,
language
exactly.
barriers. Put him in this lineup against Newcastle.
Yeah, Luke, go ahead. Luke, go ahead. Look.
Yeah. Look, the thing is, it's been the same case all season. As soon as we get a fully fit, ish squad back, we all know what's going to happen. 2 players injured again. The thing is, it's because the problem is these players are not fully fit because he's playing the same players or forcing them back in when they're not fully fit. But when I get it before January, as Cal said, but now we're in February now. You've brought players in, use them. I'm not asking for us to be perfect here. Like, if players make mistakes, but stop playing a little bit like Jack. Well, look, I mean, obviously Jack was a bit unlucky, maybe, but Akanji been playing for injury pretty much all season. He looks
He needs
knackered.
to be allowed to recover.
Why are you forcing Ake just to play 45 minutes whilst you've got a defender in there that can play 90?
I don't get,
Ake
I
is
don't
quality.
get it.
That's
Close
why.
enough.
Why?
Because it's one of his boys. It's one of his
Okay,
boys. Pep
you
cannot let his
decide.
boys be
Ake
benched.
to play next to Akanji, not next to Diaz. Ake came off injured. Right, you've got a defender. No, I'm not using that defender. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put Rico Lewis in there. I'll take John Stone, who's doing the Rodri role. Well, he's doing really well. He was doing really well. I'm gonna take John Stone from the midfield. I'll put them in centre half, and I'll bring Kovacic in. Just destroy the whole game plan because you refuse to play Kusanov as a centre half. To play Rico Lewis, he's done that the same against Bournemouth and away. He messed up the whole system where Rico Lewis was ending up playing left back. I don't know who was playing right back. Walker came on, and I was like, why? One player coming off an injury, and you changed the whole tactic, the whole system, because you refuse to play a centre half.
Mateus, stop this gaslighting. Can you see, Mateus? No.
Oh,
Mateus,
come on,
Get
bro.
out of here.
Get out, bro. It's done.
Believe.
No.
Okay, Ted Lasso.
If you can't hold on to games, if you have to score 3 or 4 goals now to win games, then I'm sorry, you won't win the league.
We're still putting too much pressure on Holland.
1-0 and throwing it out.
Yeah, what about
You
this?
know it's scoring for Holland.
Have we considered that he's going to close in his contract for minutes played? So wait, how many minutes more does he have to play? Gundogan, that it's automatic renewal.
No, Gundogan has a
half
games
game.
played. If he plays 50% of Premier League games, I think that the option gets triggered. And apparently he's like 5 games away from that.
Yeah, I think
So
Where is the
35-year-old Gundogan, here we
Wait.
come.
Wait, is this panel so negative? Because look at this.
Just gonna say,
Look at this. Look at this. Look. Can you answer this? Look, please. This is on you. This one.
the thing is, right, look, and don't get me wrong, right? He is right. The problem is, though, even if we do get through somehow out of pure luck, we get through. We've got Leverkusen away. That's what Atletico Madrid. Alvarez going that is defense. Leverkusen, they're probably better than Madrid are right now, and they're probably battering us.
Also,
so it doesn't matter how far we get. Any team with a midfield and attack will beat us.
Bro, and don't forget, we barely beat Atletico with a full team 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
We went 2-0 up against Brentford with 15 minutes to go. What happened?
We bottled it.
We bottled it. This is goal.
How can anyone sitting here? Yeah, let's not delude ourselves. How can any City fan sitting here with a straight face and tell every single one, lie to the world, that we can win the league? It's pathetic.
No, not this season.
Matthias, you want to read this? Can you see it? Can you want to read?
We only need Liverpool to lose 6 games
of
the remaining 15 as Arsenal. Listen, Liverpool is gonna beat us at the Etihad. It's inevitable.
He's not even trying.
Listen, the problem is, Pep Guardiola came out himself and said we can't play in transition. The best
Liverpool are the best transition team in 2025.
The best way to stop any transitional team is to make more passes. Hence, he plays Bernardo Silva in midfield and Rico Lewis because they are players that literally make that short passes that he wants.
But it doesn't work.
Bro, you've got fast wingers, in terms of Savio. Haaland is a strong 6'4" who can run.
And Marmoush. That's what he excelled at
no
Frankfurt.
one in that team can actually take a long ball to them.
Ederson can, but no one else can. That's a problem. Nico could, and then he got injured, and now Pep won't play him.
Ederson's head is clearly gone now. Like, I'm sorry, right? Ederson of old did make mistakes, but he was still focused on most games he played. You can tell he's out of there.
Ederson has never been a good goalkeeper.
He never had to be, though, because we always dominated possession. He never had anything to do. We don't have that team right now, so we're getting the worst out of him.
Matthias, here comes your Ederson thing. Go ahead. Because Ortega also is
Ortega was even worse.
Everyone goes Ederson, oh, his distribution is amazing, blah, blah, blah. His distribution has been poor for the past 2 seasons. Every time he kick a ball, he goes straight to a position player. Ederson, in Champions League matches has cost us more than actually save us game. Champions League final against Inter, cool. You're on this 3 Champions League, mate. Remember lockdown when we went to Lisbon and we played Lyon?
Oh,
we were just flat.
Can you stop digging that one, please?
Spurs at home. Corner comes in. You can't even literally make yourself.
Chelsea final. Why are you coming out?
Oh yeah. Kai Havertz. We gave that guy a career.
Let me just go even further back. Liverpool away, Anfield. Remember that 45-yard out?
The kick out the Salah,
from Chamberlain. He's straight on him.
Manchester United to that midfield. What's his name? McTominay. Straight to McTominay, and he got looped.
Oh,
remember?
Bro.
We were winning, and he hits it straight to McTominay, and McTominay looped it over him.
Why when it comes to Ederson, Why when it comes to Ederson, whenever he makes a basic save, everyone on online, on social media have a wank. Because you don't expect him to make any saves. He doesn't. Bro, the guy can't even catch a cold.
Ederson is finished.
When he's okay. He's okay when the ball hits straight at you and everyone says, "Oh, great save." However, when you actually come out to come out your own goal, make yourself bigger, he doesn't do that. Why all of a sudden we rating goalkeepers based on their ability to pass rather than their shot stopping? Courtois, his distribution was awful last night. Would you not, anyone in this panel, would you not swap Courtois to Ederson?
I would take Courtois because the saves, he saves them.
His distribution is 4. Why would you take him?
I take him.
Yeah, but his distribution is 4. Why would
because Courtois saves Atletico Madrid so much.
Exactly. That's what
Real Madrid. He saves them. He saves them.
Bro, the only season when Ederson actually I was impressed with him was from quarterfinal to Champions League in the treble season all the way to the final. But he owned us these top performances throughout the last 18 years. I say that to my friends, with a better goalkeeper all through these years, we would have won at least 3 Champions Leagues. We would have lost to Spurs. That nightmare at home. We would have lost to Lyon. That was a Champions League for us to win.
Would
Come
have
on,
probably
man.
lost
What are we
still.
doing
I
here?
think we'd have lost still. The defense
Lyon.
Go
was
ahead,
good enough.
Prophet. Go ahead. What are you saying, Prophet?
I'm saying that in those years we wouldn't have won the Champions League. The defense wasn't good enough. It wasn't gritty enough. During that time, City wouldn't be able to ride out a session where we're under pressure, and they
The
would
defense
just
wasn't good
come
enough
through
because
it.
of the goalkeeper. One shot on target, straight to goal. It's a goal.
No, but you had Laporte. Laporte had lots of bozo moments. In the UCL against Spurs, he passed the ball to Son. Real Madrid, the handball out of nowhere. I don't think the defense was good enough. But yes, Ederson, it's simply this. Ederson time has come, just like a lot of the players. And there's no need to hold on to them. There's no need to glaze any 1 and 2 performances here and there. It's just time to let go Gundogan, KDB, Bernardo, Kovacic. Who else? Walker's
Professor,
already gone.
One minute. We went to our first semi-final for this football club. Yeah, we had Otamendi and Mangala at the back. We weren't embarrassed by Real Madrid because of Joe Hart. We had a way worse defense when we had Pellegrini, one Mangala, and we still went to fucking Bernabeu. We lost 1-0, a deflected goal. But who kept us in the game? Joy Hart was making save after save. It's not about the defense. Your goalkeeper needs to do the work. How are you blaming? You got a defense with Laporte, which was one of the best defenders at the time, yeah? Because we all were praising Laporte. John Stones in there, company. And the guy could even catch a cold. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not disagreeing with you about Ederson, but outside of Ederson, Laporte also made some real big mistakes. At the end of the day, the defense has always had bozo moments. It's just that the last couple of seasons, it has gotten more and more. And this season, it is especially worse. So it is simple. We have some new centre-backs. We want centre-backs that are fast and aggressive. If they can play out, fine. But at the end of the day, you want somebody that is aggressive. Because right now, our defenders, if a midfielder is dribbling, coming into the box, they're going to all go back until they're sitting in the keeper's lap. Nobody
Okay,
wants to engage.
Yeah, but Prophet, do you know what? No, I have a question for Prophet. Do you know the Prophet the issue? Oh, is that John Smoke?
Next season then?
Wait.
Yeah.
Him.
Don't
Why?
smoke.
It's not his fault.
Yeah, wait. Before you ask that, Mateus. So let me ask this first, then I'll go to John Smoke. The funny thing is, we said at the beginning, and me and Mateus had a show. I think Mateus, you were in the other show. We had a show on Hamza's channel. We said this man is so obsessed with technical players who have no aggression. As I said, it only works when the system has a DM who's rotating the ball and saving some of these technical players. But the funny thing about him is he's got players that can go physical and can go gritty, like Nunes and them, man. They can go in that midfield and say, let's make this dirty. Let's just make this a dirty match, physical. He doesn't want that. But anyway, don't smoke. Before I also go and ask Kilster a question, because I have a question for Kilster. Don't smoke.
I was saying, to Mateo's point, you know, I look at Real Madrid, right?
Yeah.
Couture. I remember that final against Liverpool. Liverpool battered Madrid, if we're being honest. Right.
Which one? Is that the one Mo Salah broke his hand?
No, the one afterwards. The one which they said, the one they said will be a revenge. Madrid, I mean,
this guy, I know that's what you wanted. That's what you wanted.
The quad season.
Just wanted to say, yeah, go ahead.
The quad season, right? When they were going for quad, they battered Madrid. If we're being honest, Courtois won them that Champions League in the final. He was the man of the match.
So we do need a keeper, as Mateus says. So
no. I'm saying
we need a keeper.
Look at Alisson at Liverpool. There are so many games which he has single-handedly won them. And if you're looking at David Raya, even at Arsenal, there's so many saves he's pulled off whereby this was a goal. Whereby with us, it's one chance, one goal. We know the equation.
Remember Bernabeu. Remember when we went to
had those
Bernabeu?
moments that have cost them though too. He's not. Don't put him in the same sense as Courtois.
When we went to Bernabeu, listen, when we went to Bernabeu, we were 2-1 up. Yeah, we were
Yes.
we were 2-1
When
up.
Mahrez
It was
scored that,
88 minutes. What we done? Was Ancelotti brought in Rodrigo. It was just boy flying around. Bam, 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 bam. 2 goals straight away. Why?
Mateos, before
I
even
remember
that,
game. He kicked it long. He went straight to Real Madrid defender. They started playing fast. That was Edison as well. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Listen, I'm thankful for the things he's done at the football club. He had some good games. Don't get me wrong, but it's in the Champions League where
Mateos,
the guy just I don't know. He has a brain freeze sometimes.
Mateos, right? Not diverting. That same game where we got knocked out at the Bernabeu against Madrid. I remember when Mahrez scored, Grealish had a chance. I don't know if you remember that chance. Where saved it with his
Grealish had a
fingernails.
really good chance, and
No,
he went off the post or
Courtois
something.
saved that ball with his fingernails. That ball was in. Right? What I'm trying to say is at the elite level, there are days whereby you will need your keeper to bail you out. And the reality is this: the defense knows that there is no Rodri in front of them, and behind them, if it's a chance, it's a goal.
There's nothing.
So why won't they be nervous? Why won't they be nervous?
Behind.
No,
Yeah,
like,
but
why
can
won't
I
they
say-
be nervous?
Can I say this though? Is the issue is also like I know Ortega has made mistakes, but I still feel Ortega is actually a very good keeper. It's just the fact that he gets asked this way to play from the back, maybe. But I think I have seen Ortega have good games. Do you still think, regardless, Ortega is here?
Now we need a new keeper. We need a new
No,
keeper,
he's
man.
going.
No, we need. Listen, I'm a big fan of Ortega. As you know, I've been backing this guy since last season to actually be our number
But we
one.
need another keeper.
Or we also need another keeper. We do. We need literally a top goalkeeper because we are Man City. Don't get me wrong. It's all well and good trying to sign young players, but we need top signings. That even brings back to the midfield situation where I pointed out Kevin De Bruyne is not Pep's sign. How is going to replace Kevin De Bruyne? Because he's not going to replace Rodri with Fernandinho with Rodri. It hasn't replaced David Silva because none of the midfield work really in terms of literally playing the balls along the lines, make that ball through. Only Kevin De Bruyne does that. Yeah. But now we are getting to a year where Kevin De Bruyne is 33. And we're looking at who's gonna
Echeverri.
You can't replace De Bruyne. There's no other player in the world who would be as good as De Bruyne was.
Shut up! Don't smoke.
Because we
Rico
heard
Lewis, that's
about,
the plan. No, the plan is Rico Lewis to replace De Bruyne.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did that. I would never.
It has to be a marquee sign. It has to be a top sign. If it's
There's
not
no
top
one
sign,
who can do what De Bruyne does.
Jerry,
De Bruyne on half of a season had more assists than like anybody last year.
This guy's
good in the pocket. Rico's good in the pocket.
Behave yourself. Pickford has a high save rate. Anyone? No, please don't.
It's no surprise, is it? Remember this season Liverpool won the league.
English quota.
Remember this season Liverpool won the league.
No,
yeah. And Laporte went down injured that season. Every first shot on goal, it was straight in. First shot on target, straight in. How is everyone rate this goalkeeper? I've been saying that for 5 years. The guy's a scrub.
Yeah, but I think because of the Pep system. But anyway, Kilster, you said you have something to say on Bernardo Silva. So the mic is yours.
Oh, well, it's kind of
I'm going to join that conversation.
It's kind of to keep going on this conversation about Pep trusting the old guard, and he's addicted to them and he can't let them go. And I think Bernardo is the number one person for that. This guy's been crap since 2 years ago when we beat Madrid 4-0. He was not good last season whatsoever, and he's been awful this season.
Yep.
He never gets benched. And he's taking the spot up of somebody who could probably be doing a better job than him. I don't know why he keeps playing. And this is the hot take, is that you know how we all felt about Kyle Walker? We just wanted to kick him out of the door and we were just absolutely finished with him. I am borderline starting to get that way with Bernardo. And it really hurts me to say it because he's one of my favorite players like in this whole era. And he's just not what does he do? He doesn't create anything. He's not good at defense.
He runs.
He's tiny. He gets bullied over in the midfield. He doesn't tackle. He doesn't duel.
That's what
He doesn't track back. What does he do? What is he adding to this team to justify these minutes that he's playing? It's unfair.
Passing sideways.
Before you finish, Kickster, what Matthias has done is that Pep did it, and I wanted to throw the shoe at the TV when he started doing. I was like,
he tells them, listen. I sit behind the goal. Yeah, I'm in the south stand. I sit behind the goal. Sometimes in games, I watch the manager on the bench, especially when we consider when we score. I always watch the manager to see like what's going on because I concentrate in the game, but also watch the manager. And he pulls Bernardo Silva in the touchline, short passes. I'm like, bro, that's why he never played the ball forward because he's. I remember
constantly passing backwards.
Watch Bernardo Silva last interview that he's done this season. That was I think a month ago, or like 3 weeks ago, and where he said, I remember the treble season against Arsenal, Pep called me into his office and said, Bernardo, the guys that have been playing up front, they've been in a better form than you. That i.e. it was Mahrez. Remember when Mahrez scored Bella's out against Tottenham?
Yeah.
And Jack Grealish was playing really well. So he called Bernardo into his office, and Bernardo was telling the story to the interview and said, Bernardo, the older guys, they're playing really well, so they're going to be playing in the attack line ahead of you. However, I don't want to leave you out of this game. I mean, like, you don't. So I feel like I can play you left back and you can invert into midfield so you can make them short passes. That was Bernardo Silva telling the story. That tells me that it doesn't matter what form Bernardo Silva is in, he will always play. Always. Whether it's centre back, whether it's right back, left back, the midfield, he will always play. Because
I think we've depleted his battery. He's got nothing left in the tank
whatsoever. And he plays 90 minutes. He hasn't. He doesn't get any rest.
Portugal too.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Kuksta is right, Matthias. He brought him in the game because somebody was injured, because Nico's injured, right? So he played a lot of minutes, and then he plays him 90 minutes against Madrid, and he looked tired. Why don't you just put Matthias or somebody? Put Magati. I don't care.
So remember, against him, Leighton Orient, we got an on Nico. I thought, like, you know what? He might bring Matheus Nunes to play in that midfield or even Kovacic.
No.
He clearly doesn't trust Nunes to be a midfielder, or else we would have seen him there.
Bro, his favorite son, he wasn't even warming up. But his favorite son.
But Nunes is not good enough.
I don't think he rates Nunes at all.
Midfield?
Is Nunes worse than Gunda and Bernard at this moment in time? Because if
in the
Nunes,
pockets, yes.
He loses the ball a lot. He's not intelligent enough either. Like he can't. You need to be really smart to be in a Pep midfield.
Well, guess what?
You need to see the game before it happens, and Nunes doesn't do that at all.
Yeah, but he's better.
Nunes would have provided better value. Nunes would have provided better value because what is happening now is that off the ball, there's nothing happening off the ball. They can't run. What we don't need any extra technical anything. Just somebody to run, kick, whatever the story is. We can't get that with
everyone. How did everyone in the world basically get bigger, faster, and stronger than us?
You can't get,
because
right,
of us.
Because
of us.
Every midfield, even Leicester's midfield was bullying our Crystal Palace. Who was it? Will Hughes was bullying our
everybody.
Midfield.
Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, Leicester, Southampton. Everybody.
This is so bad.
Sometimes
they're all really short. They're all 5'6" to 5'8". They're all really small and frail. And everybody just blows them over like they just knock them over like they're just.
All right, tell me what
dust
game
in the wind. Like they're just
that is so bad.
The whole midfield is that way too.
No, but tell me
the whole midfield is short and tiny, and they're just constantly getting blown over. We don't have a midfield this season, and it's frustrating. Because we're
but
used to having like a world class midfield, and we just literally don't have a midfield at all this season. It's so easily bypassed, and I think it's the cause of all of our problems.
To be honest, though,
no, but
do you know what it is, though, Kelly? One question I have to ask, and I want to know what people say. What do you think? What is the biggest downfall for us at the
I
moment?
just think age caught up to
I want
us.
to see if people actually click on
no
it.
physicality.
The signs were
no
there
pace.
last season because we were carried by two people last season. We were literally carried by Rodri and Foden having two out of this world seasons. But a lot of these problems existed last season and they weren't addressed over the summer. Like we knew Bernardo was having a bad year last season. Like he wasn't good last season. And we didn't beef up the midfield. We bought a winger.
Pep Guardiola is not helping him by playing him 90 minutes every single game. You need to give the guy a rest.
He needs to be out of the team for a little while. He's just not performing.
I'm going to tell you something you might not click onto, but the biggest downfall and the reason why we get overturned quickly now is because the fear factor is gone. Now, the commentator said
they're all
the right
little
thing.
tiny midfielders. They're super small. Nobody fears them.
Yeah, no, it's not even that. It's not even that. The biggest fear factor is teams didn't want to play against us because before the game even started, the manager just said to them, don't concede 5 goals. Just make sure you sit tight. Do not concede 5 against City. Every team we played against was scared to play us because we used to score 100 and up goals each season. Now, teams can see that the wingers we have and the attacking players we have do not score goals anymore.
Big problem.
And the scary part about this is our biggest threat with Haaland is our centre-back, Guardiola, which is mind-blowing that a centre-back is one of the biggest threats for us. When I look at it, every team now thinks, sit back for like 20 minutes, half an hour, the midfielders get tired, Man City will get tired, and then we just hit them on the break. Where before, we had players like Alvarez, Sterling, Sané, whoever we had, they used to unlock defenses within 5 minutes.
Can I say one thing, Kenny? Can I say one thing, Kenny, before you finish? But when Alvarez was playing midfield, everybody was chasing him. Remember, people did not want him, so keep going.
No, I get it. But the difference was Alvarez used to get an assist or a goal per game. He used to find that little thing he needs to find. It's the same with Mahrez. I used to be, when City signed Mahrez for 60 mil, I was like, why the hell are we signing him for 60 mil? But then it all made sense. When he used to get the ball, the first thing the fullback did is tracking back. It's just going back because he knows Mahrez will take him on and Mahrez will unlock an assist or a goal. Every single game I looked at Mahrez and he was just sublime. And you said before, especially the Tottenham game, when we was 2-0 down at half-time, and Mahrez just from nowhere just got 2 goals and 2 assists within seconds. He's just turned the game. We do not have that no more. Teams don't fear us. Teams just think, well, we're going to score. The thing is, we used to outscore teams where they thought, oh, it's no point carrying on. It's no point even doing anything. It's no point trying to beat Man City. Just try to not concede as many goals. Now is where teams just think, well, we're going to get 2-3 chances. As long as we score, we even beat these.
That's on Pep.
And that is the difference now. We used to finish teams at half-time. They used to go in and they probably had the half-time speak where the manager said, please go out there and do not concede more goals. Now, they just think, get to the 80th minute and we will hit them on the break. We will get the goal.
Yeah, it's become a thinking. So we welcome Martin. Martin, how are you doing? Martin, were you at the game yesterday?
Yeah.
So you just woke up from the nightmare.
Just
So
back
Martin,
from Mojo.
everybody on the panel, right, has said the positivity from the game, the positive stuff, which everybody was happy about. I said my positive and shock. Let me be honest. Big up to my man Jack Grealish, as I tweeted him. What have I been saying for the past few weeks, guys? Play Jack Grealish and tell him to be free. Just tell him to be free. Take that number 10 position away from KDB, give it to Jack Grealish, and somebody called me a fool. I said it's time to give it to somebody else. Kevin De Bruyne start pushing him backwards. Give it to somebody else. Let somebody be a creative midfielder. So anyway, I said my positivity is John Stones. I was shocked. And I think I told Kilster that I think in the Wolves game, And even in the Arsenal game, maybe he didn't do well
And the
as a
Villa
midfielder
game.
because he was injured. But I was like, yesterday I was shocked. He schooled all the midfielders on that pitch. And then my other positivity was Savio. Somebody said Savio doesn't track back. My God, even Pep was clapping hands at the bench. Savio was on it. That's why I was disappointed when he benched Savio. I was like, Pep, that's not the guy you have to bench. The guy you have to bench is either KDB or Bernardo and bring somebody with legs. But anyway,
Yashko was
let's
good
start with
too.
you, Martin.
We gave Yashko a lot of
Yeah,
praise.
just goes good. Yeah. You know what? Even as bad as Ederson made those mistakes, Ederson was almost man of the match by the pundits, by the way, before he had those issues. But anyway, let's go to Martin. Martin, what were the positives? And big up to the fans. I could hear them from the TV. And Martin, me being an idiot, as Kickstar, I bought a 4K projector, thinking this is a big moment. I put it on the wall. I was sitting there with my legs up, watching it in 4K, watching my team get slapped in 4K. But anyway, Martin, what were your positives on this game, and what sort of disappointed you yesterday? Like, not again.
I thought I saw everyone was having a meltdown at the 11. Thought the 11 was all right, actually. Thought it started out all right. Thought first half, I thought we actually, to me, that was, considering the opponent, was one of the most decent performances all season, actually, in that first half. Thought we did well. Love John Stones in that midfield. Thought that was John Stones is one of his best performances yesterday. Grealish, unfortunate. Thought Akanji was doing all right, fullback. I thought we were containing him. It was a proper Champions League tie against two top teams. And then Akanji gets injured, and lo and behold, he decides to bring on Rico Lewis. And everyone tells me play the kids. That's why the kids shouldn't be anywhere near this team right now. Rico Lewis is autograph on him.
Do you think he kind of set Rico up to fail by subbing him on?
No, because that isn't Pep. Anyone saying that doesn't understand Pep Guardiola. Managers don't do that. They don't do that. Managers don't set players up to fail. That's Twitter conspiracy nonsense.
No. But Martin, do you know where people are coming from? People are coming from the fact that
they're just looking for
you know who Vin is. You know who Vin is. Why don't you just put Kusanov?
Yeah, I think it's Vinny. Why not take the
Vinny
chance
was not
with
good
size and
yesterday.
pace?
Vinny was not great. Jude Bellingham was absolute bang average yesterday.
Yeah,
and for some weird reason, was talking about man of the match.
But why not try Nunes instead of Rico? Is it the United?
Because if there's Nunes, he's not a fullback. It should have been
Rico.
Should have been Kushinoff. Rico Lewis was autograph hunting.
Oh, wait, Martin, do you agree with everybody saying it should have been Kusanov? Because Kusanov can play like that.
It should have been Kushinoff. Now, because what gets me is we were playing 5 centre-backs virtually in the first half. 4 centre-backs in Berts. I don't see why we just couldn't have done that in the second half. It was perfectly fine. So I was okay with it. Second half, we were still, you could tell people were getting tired. KDB cannot do more than 60 minutes.
Yeah, he should not be starting
more than 60 minutes. Thought Phil Foden, by the way, was best performance of the season yesterday. I thought it was phenomenal when he come on. Really lively, positive, on the penalty. Thought Haaland exceptional yesterday, by the way. People want to talk about his hold-up play. And then it's Bozo. I don't mind getting beat by a team whooping us. And I know they had chances, but City had chances. I get it. It's Real Madrid. This is not a computer game. Teams are going to get chances. But I want teams to play us off the park for these chances. I know Ederson did well, but he made 2 Bozo moments. He just did. We've got to be honest. He has got time. He doesn't. 86 minutes. You don't need to kick it to Jude. Why are you doing some silly? It was right in front of me, and we're always screaming. Just launch the damn thing.
Why is he not kicking to Haaland rather than kicking to?
But it wasn't even that. He tried some silly kick that he never
like a
did.
laser. It looked like an Ortega kick, honestly.
What is the kick all about?
Ortega kick.
What's he doing? And then Kovacic comes on, and then he turns around and goes, "Yeah, Lewis, have a suicide ball." And Lewis, like a rank under 15s, watches the ball go.
Maybe you can give us some
Okay.
inside
Rick
info.
Lewis was shitting himself as soon as what's the guy? Vinicius came near to him. He was just shitting himself. Like,
I mean, people. See, I understand. Gundogan, Cover. I get why they come on because you had nobody left. Mamouche
What about Nico?
wasn't fit. Was
Then
not.
why
fit
was he in the squad?
for numbers?
Don't.
What do you want to do? Do you want to bring him on? Get injured again? He's out for.
Oh, yeah,
rest of
what
the
is the
season?
deal?
No,
Just
I
bring
would
an
have left
academy
him off
player
the
then.
squad and told him to rest,
You can't.
and then
You've
put
got
somebody
to
who
the
could
bench.
actually play.
why is he not going with Mateus Nunes rather than Gundogan?
Because everyone's saying Mateus Nunes is crap all season. See, we can't do that.
I don't say
Players
that.
off
I
and
don't
then
say
go,
that.
why aren't we bringing him in?
No, I don't say that because let's face it, yeah, we all know how this team, our team, has been crap to keep the lead, especially in the last 15 to 10 minutes of the game. But why are we bring the same players that literally just
Well, who would you have brought on?
Nunes? I've just said it.
Well, Nunes is no good in the midfield. His
Who's
first touch is
Probably
amateur.
better than Gundo, though. Although
Well-
I'll be fair, Gundo. I don't think
But
Gundo
what
was
did
responsible
Gundo
for
did that
yesterday.
wrong? Yes, this is what I mean. What did Gundo do wrong?
The guy can't track
Exactly,
back.
I agree with you totally. I
Gundo
don't think
did
yesterday was on
nothing
Gundo
wrong
at all.
yesterday.
The guy
He did
can't track
nothing.
back.
That was what did Gundo do in any of it?
Well, the guy can't
He didn't.
defend.
He wasn't a part of either of those
Well,
goals.
you're just picking players for the sake of players.
Can I ask a question? What has Nunes
Kovacic
done
is the
in
one who played
midfield
the
that's
silly
bad?
ball.
Oh, that's a good question. Say it again.
What I'm trying. I hear everybody saying that Nunes is crap in midfield. All of these things. What game in midfield that he had that everybody's saying? I can only remember one game last season
It was the
when
Club World Cup.
passed him a ball.
Club World Cup against the
The-
Brazilian team, Vasco da Gama.
Was that 2 years ago?
No, it was when when he went running through the middle.
Yeah, but how long was that?
Last Christmas, whenever it was.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
No, just over a year ago.
Okay, what other one? I remember one other one. It was last season, and I think Edison played him a ball, and he came to collect it deep, and he miscontrolled it. But outside of those two moments, what else?
How many
has Nunes
times?
done?
How many times has Bernardo Silva given the ball away in midfield?
Lots of times.
A lot.
Gundo,
Oh,
lots
but
of
the manager
times.
keeps still playing
Rico
him.
Lewis,
But
lots of
every time,
times.
if it's Mateus Nunes losing the ball, everyone just have a meltdown. Why is that? Why can't we give Mateus Nunes, who's actually midfield, a run of consistent games in midfield?
So that's what I'm saying. Who did you want on? Because here's my thing. You look at the bench. Doku, you bring Doku on, he gets injured. He's just back from injury. Foden had come on. Nico was there for numbers. We just said no one wanted Gundogan. Kovacic come on, made the mistake. Nobody wants McAtee. And then you're
I would have preferred McAtee.
Did you watch
over
him against
Bernardo?
Leyton Orient?
Definitely. Bernardo's out of gas. He should not be playing this many minutes.
McAtee's
You missed
out
my
of
Bernardo
quality.
rant earlier, but I think
McAtee's
Bernardo
out
is
of quality, Kelster. He's not good enough.
I know he's not, but I
You've
think
got
he
to be
would have
honest, you
offered more
can't
than
do it against Leyton Orient. Why we're
He was
bringing him
bad.
on
I
against
agree.
Real
He was
Madrid.
bad in that game.
This is where we've got to be. I'm sorry, we've
No,
got to be
Mackie's
ruthless
done
now.
this football club.
Why did
I
you
had
keep
this
doing
debate
that?
last night, and someone turned to me because I had to go at Rico. Some guy turned to me and went, "He's from the academy." We're doing
I
this
don't care.
modern coddling stuff because
I don't care whether it's from the academy. It's not good enough.
No, I'm not saying you, but people are moddy coddling because the youngsters.
Yeah, they do that. Oh, Man City fans, they do that all the time. It's
If
like even when-
McAtee's not good enough,
even-
why didn't we sell him if we had an offer for him in January?
even with Phil Foden,
Because of
every
the
time-
amount of injuries we got, we couldn't do, and we couldn't
But you
loan
don't
because
play
we've
him.
taken all our
But
loans.
it's like we're holding him hostage because like he can't leave to go play, but then he
They'll
never
go in
plays
the
on our
summer.
team.
No, go in the summer because you only allowed 6 loans. When Kyle
Oh.
Walker went out, we'd used all our loan spots.
Okay.
So that was it then. We couldn't do it. Cambiasso was done. Trouble is, he had a scan on the deadline day, failed his medical. So they didn't put the bid in.
Oh,
Which, if you look at Juventus, he's never played for him since. He is actually out injured.
yeah, didn't he like break his foot or something?
Done something, but they've agreed that this is. And what the club don't want to do is go and buy any old right back when they know the main guy they want is coming in the summer. So
Is Cambiasso that guy?
the main thing is Kushinoff. They should have brought Kushinoff
My
on.
bigger frustration with depth is actually just keeping rushing back in players, especially Nathan Ake. The guy
And the Kanji.
Guardiola 2 weeks ago, he said, I don't know when Nathan Ake is going to return. All of a sudden, he just came out of the dead to play against Madrid. What's going on in here?
It's a bad game to bring him back, too.
You know what I
Did he
mean?
get injured
We all
yesterday?
knew
Is that
that-
why he came off?
we all
Or was it
knew.
just a
No,
fitness
No,
thing?
it was pre-planned.
Yeah,
Okay.
but he would get injured anyway. You've got a fit centre half. You've just paid 30 odd million. Why is he sat on the bench for?
Exactly. That's what you spent 30, 35 million cushion off. You've played centre backs in the first half. It's relatively worked.
Yeah.
Why chuck Rico into
Rico
that?
Lewis
That was
in there.
chucking Rico into the lines then. And I can tell you now, Rico was devastated last night.
He's done that.
I don't think it's his
He's done it
fault
against
either.
Brighton.
I don't blame him at all.
He
I don't
went
blame
home
Rico
on
at
his
all.
own last night, very upset.
Yeah, but he's done that against Brighton as well. I think Akanji came off injured against Brighton, and he put Walker and Rico Lewis rather than play Simpson-Puzzi. I was like, the system is
Wow.
working. It's just one defender out, but you change it like to play different players in different.
I get what he's doing. I do get what he's doing because I know everyone wants. Because the trouble is, you saw it on Saturday against Leyton Orient. He played Mamouche. Mamouche got crucified.
Oh, it was awful.
It's 3 games. No, but he's
shocked
3
he didn't
games in,
start.
and fans have turned on him already. Because you're mad. If that's Mamouche, what we're doing with the kids?
Yeah, but
at the moment, everything's too unstable just to bring in a youngster and go off your pop.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Can't do
I
it.
have a question.
But it's not working. We're trying the same thing.
The problem
from
with
the-
Marmouche, yeah, don't get me wrong. I said it before the game last night. I said we have to go with Jack Grealish. Marmouche, listen, Marmouche has been a great sign, but at the moment he's not really doing enough for me. And
It's been 3 games.
let's
We
be
don't know
honest.
that.
No, I know. But that's why we need to ease him off, just rather than starting him.
I think we're already misusing him.
Let's be honest, yeah. Jack Grealish, as much as people criticize Jack Grealish, the guy always turn up in big games. Yeah, the guy always turn up in big games.
Do people criticize Jack Grealish? I've never seen
Oh,
that.
all the time. The GA merchants.
Those are horrible people. Don't listen
You know
to
what I
those
mean?
people.
Marmouche should have started that game instead of KDB.
I said it. Not Jack Grealish in this game because
You
I
two
know
play sod.
when it's big games, either United, Liverpool, Jack Grealish is your man. He actually makes the team plays better.
We've got too many agendas this year. The trouble is, you're never going to get anyone agreeing on everything because there's so many people that if you choose, like I said, you just did Gundogan. Come on, Gundogan did nothing really to impact the
didn't do
game.
anything
Didn't do
wrong.
anything wrong. People having to go.
He didn't do anything good either, did
This
he?
is aura. This is aura. It's aura. It's aura. When it
Bernardo,
comes-
the trouble is, like you said, you went. Bernardo should have come off. I agree.
I
KDB should have come off beforehand. I agree. The problem is,
Marmouche needed to play.
there was nothing
Marmouche
on
needed to
that
start
bench.
that game. What are we doing to his confidence if we're spending 60 million on him and not playing him in a big game? Like, I'm really worried we're gonna misprofile him. Like, he needs to play behind Holland in all games, and him being a touchline winger that's not his game.
Which Marmouche?
It's like, why do we
KDB
buy him? If we're not
KDB.
gonna play him like he needs to be played.
KDB for me needs to probably move on. He needs to be gone.
Oh, Martin, you finally agree.
no, the
Hallelujah.
trouble
He
is,
needs to
Pat,
come
You
off
know,
the bench.
you know
No,
that
no, it's
Martin was on your show, and there's some people on your show are saying
I
1 year
said-
extension.
no,
and
I
said,
did say I keep flip flopping. I did say I keep flip flopping game by game.
You
I
Now,
can't.
said
on
it.
Saturday he'll play
I
really
said
good.
it. I said it back in September when we had a space with Blue Tony that KDB legs are gone, and every single one in that space went mad. Oh, why? We can get 10 good games out of him. I was like, it's not about that. We have to move on from KDB because if I fear one thing, yeah, if we keep KDB for another season, it's gonna be worse than Kyle Walker. The way the fans stand on Kyle Walker with KDB is going to be worse, and I don't want that to happen.
But you
What?
two-faced son.
I think that would have been a disaster yesterday.
Saying
He
that,
was
though,
getting
I've been
roasted.
watching
He was
Brazil,
getting
man.
roasted before he left.
Listen,
by
what is
far.
it, Brazil?
Inferior
Because-
players.
Listen,
Watching for AC Milan.
the problem is, yeah,
Not
Slower
good.
league.
don't
He
get me
looks
wrong.
faster because it's a slower league.
Listen, don't get me wrong. We all get upset in terms when we get a bad result. We all get angry, especially after the match. We all get into players, which is completely normal. But if KDB stays another season, and because let's face it, he's not going to be fully fit for the entire season, and he's not going to play every game. Because the fan base have high expectation for KDB, they expect certain performances. If they don't start getting that next season, they were just completely torn me apart.
Yeah,
Then
like, but yes, look at Gundogan.
Move him
Gundogan
on.
was a
Move him
star.
on.
Gundogan was
everyone was
one of our best midfielders.
celebrating when Gundogan came back, and I was like, I was the only one
I was
probably I
one of
didn't
them.
celebrate it
I was
because
one
I
of
felt
them.
like
I didn't
would
want
bring him
Gundo back either.
I was like, why are we bringing him back? It's paper over cracks. The reason why people are celebrating is because the club are playing to everyone's emotion, with the lack of transfer in the market in transfer window. They decide, all right, you know what? Let's bring someone who the fans love it.
Yeah, the treble winner.
I
Madness.
tell you what I think it is, and no one's ever talked about it. But go back and watch what happened the last time he was here. When we had Juan Lilo here last time.
Oh, I just saw this take earlier from someone
honestly,
else.
I'm not being funny. We were shocking defensively under Juan Lilo.
I tell that I said that to everyone on Twitter. People think
Juan
I'm
Lilo's
joking.
come back and we're all over the shop. Sometimes Pep does need a good number 2.
But Martin,
I'm not sure Juan Lilo's a good number 2.
I posted that on Twitter, and every single fan was like, "Oh, why are you having a goal at number 2?" I was like, "No." Before the
you're right about that. During the treble, he wasn't there, isn't it? During the treble, he was gone. He was the guy who's at Chelsea.
Yeah, Lilo when last season it was 2022, I think, when we had Lilo, we were shocking defensively. Pep was like, no, he needs to go. He went to Saudi Arabia or China. Yeah, we went there. We got Maresca. You know what? First 6 months was all bit shaky, but when we went into the new year with the treble season, 4 centre halves across the back 4, Rodri, Gundogan, and KDB, it was just solid. We brought the guy back last season. The defense has been a shocking.
For 2 years. So think about this. For the 2 seasons he's been back,
defend.
Than this, our defense is all over the shop.
That's why I said it. See, this rebuilding,
rebuilding,
it can't just be on players. It needs to be the backroom staff. Set piece coaching needs to go. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Look at the way we take set
corners are
look
disgusting.
at the way we take corners, or even set piece.
There's no point in the corners.
It's shocking. It's
the Marmoush's good delivery in the corners.
Yeah,
the goalkeeping coach needs to go because our 2 goalkeepers this season have put the ball in the back of the net. The 2 of them. What's going on with the goalkeeping?
Wait, I said it earlier. I feel sorry for poor old what's it at the moment, Scott Carson, because he's like, what do I got to do to get a game? We've got both these 2 dropping clangers.
But the question is, if you get rid of Lilo, does that mean Pep will go too? Like,
no. The problem is, I feel like everyone in the backroom staff, they don't even disagree with Pep. I feel like everyone.
Yeah, you're right.
They're becoming
making the same mistakes. No one says a thing. Hold on a minute.
I just get confused because Pep is acknowledging a lot of these problems, but he's like, yeah, we're too old and too slow. Bring in new, faster, younger players, and then he never plays them.
No, he will do. I think he will.
Wait, Martin, I wanted to acknowledge something. Martin, big up to you though on one thing. Because Mateus was talking about Edison. You warned us though, that time that when you wanted to go to Saudi, you said this guy's head is gone. Remember, we went after you. We were like, Martin, shut up. He's staying. But you were like, this guy's head is gone. I think there's a space.
I told it.
Yeah, you got burned for that. Yeah, Martin told us that, guys, this guy's head is gone. Like, there's rumors that this guy's head is...
He doesn't want to be here.
No, I'll tell you what I was told, and I always say reportedly, if they'd have offered the 50 million, he'd have gone. And then Pep confirmed that later on and said, we didn't get the offer.
Yeah. He did. Yeah, Pep
was read there. They'd already offered him the boatload of cash. And the thing is, I'm not blaming Edison in that way, because when you are from the streets of Avella and you are offered generational wealth.
Oh, I'm going.
I'm sorry.
I totally understand with Edison. I don't blame him at all.
I'll be honest.
Then why is he still playing then if that's the case?
Because you can't, because
Ortega's been awful this season. Let's be real. Ortega's been bad.
So Martin, no, let Martin finish. Martin, finish your take. What were you saying?
Too many players have got too comfortable on what they've won, and they're relying on their trophy cabinet. And I think, I'm not going to say they've checked out, because I don't think players do check out, but I don't think the hunger's there as much anymore. For the simple fact is, what have they got to win? They've won it all. This is a rebuild. And what we have to do now is just be patient. A rebuild is never going to happen in 4 weeks. Right now, like Vader puts it so eloquently at times, we've got a house. We're not rebuilding one room. We're rebuilding every room in the house. We've got a nice bathroom now. Trouble is the kitchen's a mess. The bedroom's a mess. The living room's a mess. Conservatory's a mess.
There's no toilet.
With any of that.
There's no toilet. You have to go outside.
Yeah, we can't deal with that until the summertime. When this is all done, this is why I'm not judging Pep so much at the minute. I'll judge Pep next year.
I've said the same
when
thing.
I'm on the judge Pep train, because then I know. Because right now, I think it's some of the players have given up. I think they've not given up in a I don't care. Some of them aren't fighting for a contract anymore.
Yeah.
They know
when
they're
you
going.
lose that 1 or 2%,
They're on big amounts. When they're all given.
Bernardo Silva sat there, 2026, 300 grand a week. Why do I need it?
Well, Kilkster keeps talking about this, and I think Kilkster, you said this, and we were on a panel, and people ignored you. But you did point out that majority of these players are on big amounts. So why do they give a shit? What are you giving them?
Yeah, Bernardo's on 300K. What's he?
No, I think they give a shit, but they've won everything. There's nothing more. Edison cannot win anything more. He's won Golden Globes, Club World Cup, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Premier League. He's like the opposite of Harry Kane. The opposite to Harry Kane. It will take him 20 years to show his grandkids the medals.
Yeah. He deserves the money. He should go for the money. I don't blame him.
Done. He's like, look at my medals. They've won everything.
The worst thing to happen at this football club, especially this summer coming up, is the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
For me,
we do not need this game.
Don't get me wrong. I
send the kids. I know we'll get fined. But
listen, don't get me wrong. I love.
Bernardo should not go to that.
Listen, I was happy when we won it, but this is the summer where everyone just needs to take a break. Pep Guardiola is going through a lot of things with his divorce. I just feel like in the summer is someone where he send him to Ibiza 2 months.
Yeah, but we're not going to play the Club World Cup thing, the stupid Club World Cup thing.
Yeah, but the Club
we get a lot of money for that
because the Club World Cup, is in between our summer break where we're not going to have many break. For me, it's either just the players go on a holiday. Everyone who's staying at the football club, just spend the holiday, spend time with the families. Pep go to Spain, Barcelona.
Or go to Dubai. I see Dubai does
he needs to go
wonders.
to Barcelona because
I don't know, man.
Because his daughters, they're all
so well for
in
Arsenal.
Barcelona right now. He needs to go and see his family. Go and see your daughter. Spend some time there. Forget about football, and let Viana, Caldoon, whoever's in the scouting team, write down a list. This is the players I want. This is the position. Give it to Viana. Viana, Caldoon, shake him on so with the money, put the money available. Start getting the players in. Pep Guardiola and the players who are meant to stay. They're on holiday. Just relax. Forget about football. Yeah, because we
Hello,
go.
Martin.
Mate, you're right.
But with the Club World Cup now, we're going to have 3 weeks break. Then we go into Club World Cup. Then another 2 weeks before the season starts. It's like, but it's painful to watch a man sitting out right now. It's painful.
It's
transition for me. I'm just going to enjoy this season. I'm gonna thank some of the legends that are going to leave. But like I said, 6, 7, 8 of these players will go in the summer.
They need to go.
Yes,
please.
I trust Viana to do that too. I think Viana will be ruthless.
There's a reason Viana's here now and coming early. They're not stupid.
Wait. Do you think he was brought in because Chicky has been with this player for so long, so there's sentiment? So they brought in somebody who's it's just going to be.
No, I think it was always the plan. I think the media.
Didn't Chicky want to retire?
You don't bring him.
Done.
You don't start early. It's one of them. On Carlo know this with contracts. You don't mess around. 1 week you're here, next week he's starting early. Then he's not. It was all pre-planned. It's just the media were told silly stuff just to ignore them. Viana wasn't negotiated in January because he was breaking rules. It was already pre-planned.
We also need to replace Soriano because this whole ticket system is a shambles. This football club.
Honestly,
don't get me started on that. I had a rant.
Don't get started on those tickets because people get too emotional on those tickets.
Pathetic. The way
When I'm watching some guy with a haircut and a Real Madrid shirt in the middle of the
Awful.
ground.
Nah, that was, you know what? I usually defend people like the tourists. Remember, you see me on Twitter, I said the tourists defend them. When I saw that yesterday, I was like, are you having a laugh?
Yeah,
Are you
but
having a laugh?
Patrick, the problem is, yeah, Viana, he worked before for Barcelona. Barcelona is they get their money through like the tourist fan because they, especially the comp now, there's different people come to their games, so they make a lot of money. English football is a bit different to Spanish football. Do you know what I mean? Especially a Man City.
There's a
It's
problem
different.
with it, and Carl will know this. Caldoon can't get involved in stuff like that, and he doesn't. He doesn't even know a lot of it. Some of it. The guy who heads all that up.
Does Caldoon just stay away from things?
No, he
doesn't
stay away, but he does. He's not as. He doesn't get involved in all the ticket stuff and all that. The guy that he runs that is.
No, you have to think.
Yeah,
Patrick,
that's
Patrick.
I'm
He's
sorry,
not
Arno,
gonna.
who's the one running all
Yeah,
that.
that's so.
Yeah,
That's
think,
sorry,
Patrick.
Arno.
He's not going to go and pay for.
Kenny, are you with us or you're frozen?
No, he's frozen.
Okay,
So-
you're frozen. So we'll
The problem is, the problem is, we've got 34% of our fans, they're season ticket holders. For the club, is a bit too much. When you look at clubs like Liverpool, Man United, they're in between 28 to 27%. For us to have a lot of season ticket holders, they see that as, well, we're not making much money because my season ticket is 775. But some people pay less than that, especially if you're around 18, 21. But the club wants to decrease the number of season tickets next season. And the fans are having none of that because listen, we expanded the stadium to 60K capacity, whatever it is. Yeah. Why are we not increasing the number of season tickets?
We're not even
That's
going
what we want too. Like that blue wall concept. Like you want that to be all season ticket people because they're all gonna sing the song. They're gonna create atmosphere.
What blue wall
Tourists
concept?
aren't. We don't know the songs.
Sorry, what blue wall concept?
Isn't that the idea that the new wall will kind of
Oh, no,
like the unofficial?
no,
like,
no,
blue
no, no,
wall.
no,
Kinda
no.
like that Dortmund does with the yellow wall.
Boxes.
No, this is going to be all hospitality. No,
Who told you it was a wall? That was what they said at the beginning.
No, that's a lot of bullets.
I thought that was the idea
Fans,
to, have
right?
to go head to head with the yellow wall in Dortmund.
No. This is the idea of what we're trying to be. We want to have the two singing sessions, one in the south stand, which we already have, and one in north stand. Because at the moment there is only two: south stand, the corner between the away end.
Yeah,
and we that's when the club presented the idea to expand north stand. This is where we came in and say, right, okay, we're gonna have a single session in there, but this is not going to happen. Them sits in there, they're going to hospitality. But that's why the hotel's there for.
and I've been to the Etihad once, and I sat in like the second level. It was where all the tourists sat, and it was dead.
See, no, the thing is, I have no problem with fans abroad and touring. I don't mind that. But what I've got an issue with is when they're sat having an haircut in the middle of the bloody stadium. And last night in my stand, I don't know. Not only that, in my stand last night, I kid you not, there was about 15 fights breaking out at different times.
Oh my god!
There was
is that the locals? Is that the locals?
No, there was Real Madrid fan tried headbutting a woman near us last night.
Jesus Christ.
Martin, where did you sat yesterday?
The north stand, lower one.
Yeah, I was in the north stand, and bro, I was having it out with some Spanish kid that sat right next to me.
It was fight
not right, but like honestly, I was ready to smash his head in me. I was when Thingy scored, Bellingham. He stood up and he started fucking shouting all this paella and all this bollocks. So I stood up and said, "Who the fuck are you? Why the fuck are you sat here?"
I think your anger, Kenny. I think your anger is. Let me ask the panel this before we close the show. I'll start with Kilkster. Then we'll go to Mateus, then we'll go to Martin, then we'll go to Prophet, then we'll go to Carl. If you are done eating your jollof rice, and then Kenny. Let's start with Kilkster. How do we move forward, Kilkster? Do you see, is Kilkster here with us or she's gone? Okay, then we'll go to Mateus then. Mateus, how do we move forward? Do you see anything in the Madrid away game where you're like, you know what, screw that Madrid away game. Let's focus on let's focus on Liverpool, Newcastle, and these Premier League games. Or are you one of these guys who wrote me in my DM say, Patrick, stop being negative, have faith, we're going to beat Madrid away? Which
The tie
I
is
laughed
done.
and spit my tea.
The tie is done. Listen, we may score a goal or two at the Bernabeu, but there's no one in here that can convince me that we're not going to concede. Yeah, the tie is done. Let's face it. I think the players know it. Yeah, the fans, majority of the fans, they know it. The tie is done. For us, yeah, if we look at our league's fixtures,
yeah,
we've got Newcastle home. Should be interesting, that one. I feel like we can get a win. It just depends on the team selection. Then Liverpool at home, it's not going to be easy. Sorry, but I feel like we're going to lose on that one. For me, just keep it respectful, man. If we were losing games, I said it last night. I think I said that to Amos. I don't want to get beat 5-1. Just if we lose, let's be like 3-2, 2-1. I don't mind. But let's just keep the scoreline respectful. As I said, second leg is done. Forget it. The league, we need to get into top 4. For me, even if you get to Europa League, I'll be fine with it. But it's a rebuild. We've gone through a lot this season, and it's a reality check. It's a time for us to be humbled. So, and we've been humbled this season. So, yeah, as I say, let's focus on the league. We've got Newcastle, we've got Liverpool, we've got Spurs. Then we've got an easy FA Cup tie, which we should win, but we never know with this team. And then we've got Nottingham Forest away.
Please
Who
don't
thought
say
we'd ever
that.
be nervous about like these...
Then,
I guess I have a feeling.
listen, that's why I said we never know. We never know. But then we've got Forest away. We've got some big games coming up, man. We need to start picking up points, especially.
They're all in a row too. That's brutal.
If the target is top 4, then the next 4 games, which is Newcastle at home, Liverpool at home, Spurs away, Forest away.
Spurs away.
Listen, it's 12 points to get, but if you get 6, happy days. But listen, second leg, forget about Champions League. We're not doing anything at the Bernabeu.
Yeah, what about yourself, Kickster? I'm asking you the same thing. How do we move forward? Where do you see us going? As we close the show, I'm asking everybody. Do you want us to have another stream to pray? Do you see hope in the Madrid game?
No, I never really had any hope in this tie against Madrid. Not because I'm being negative. I just know how bad we are right now. But going forward, I mean, this is a rebuild. It's time to play these new players, and I'm willing to be patient. I know it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be pretty. There's going to be a lot of mistakes, but you know who's also making mistakes? A lot of these veteran players, and they're not going to get better. At least the young players, they might get better. They'll make a mistake and they might get better from it. These older players are not going to get better. They're just going to get worse. And if they're already making the mistakes, I think the young players have earned the right to make the mistakes as well. But yeah, so I just think full sun, you're getting thrown in the deep end. We spent $200 million in January. I don't think we spent that money to play them on the bench. So I want to see them playing, and I accept their mistakes.
There's one game we must not lose, yeah, and that's on 5th of I think 5th of April. Do not lose that game. We're going to the swamp. We need to win that.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Let me tell you something. The thing about that team is they are this jammiest team ever. I've been watching them this season. They will get rolled over, but somehow Ahmad has become that hero. He just saves them. He just saves them and saves the day. But anyway, let's go to Martin. Martin, please tell me something positive. Tell me that, please, Martin, I want to hear that we'll go to Madrid and we'll do what we did that time when Jesus scored the 2-1 we won. Remember that 2-1?
Nope, I can't happy clap out of this one.
Come on, happy clap.
No,
I need a happy clap. Where's Ton? Where's Ton?
One thing I will say is it would be typical City to go. Do you know what I'll do? I'll tell you the story next week. City will go 1 up. We'll all get hyped for 20 minutes. We'll all get excited. We'll all start joining on the little bandwagon, and here we go. And then we'll get put down to earth with the bump. What we need to do now is focus on the FA Cup and the Premier League. Get top, because it doesn't matter even if you beat Real Madrid now. Doesn't matter. This team are not good enough to beat Liverpool right now, and you're gonna have to face them.
Tough enough.
Even Arsenal, we're gonna have to face Arsenal
Too many
eventually.
minutes.
Get
Yeah,
out.
we might
Get
as
out.
well just
Calm down.
not
Get
have
out.
these
Calm
extra
down.
games.
Gotta beat Arsenal. Come on.
You know what it is for me?
Overplayed.
This season for me is #fun season, rebuild, and we go again next year.
So even you, I don't know if you're the vice president or the president of the Happy Clappers, you can't even clap your way out of this one.
No, it's just the way it is, mate. We need to do a rebuild, and the thing with the rebuild is not done in 4 weeks. A rebuild is exactly
but Martin, another thing. Let me ask you, Martin. Another thing, Martin. Though you've seen the worst of the worst for Man City. Surely this is not painful, or is it because you've tested? You know. Sometimes if you've seen the worst and you've tested, let's say for instance you had no money and now you've tested millions and the millions are gone.
Hey, listen, it's painful when you lose, but it's hard to moan about losing to Real Madrid. It's a bit hard, that one for me. It is what it is. Listen, the club's different. The club's different from what I'm used to.
I think it's more to the way we lose in football matches.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If
Self-inflicted,
we were going out and we were winning and we were getting beat by pure quality, I hold my hands up. But when we're beating ourselves in that, like I just said on Judge Mo's, we're in February and we're still doing Santa Claus and giving.
Exactly. That's it. I just said it in this stream.
I don't understand it.
Christmas has just
I
gone.
want a team to beat us who deserve to beat us, not because we're beating ourselves.
Yeah, even that 5-1 was mostly self-inflicted.
3 minutes to go. We just here we go. Score a goal.
That's the bit that's hurting me, Pat. And everyone is.
It's the same players over and over again, but they never get benched.
Wait. What are you saying, Martin? What's hurting you the most?
Because we're beating ourselves.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody. Have you seen this small graphic at the end here? Brighton 1-0 up, 78 minutes, 2-1 loss. Feyenoord 3-0 up, 74th minute,
Patrick,
3-3. United. Wait, let me Matthias, let me finish this. So United 1-0 up. Matthias, this is the most painful one. United 1-0 up, 88 minutes, 2-1 loss. Goals scored within 1 minute by Ahmad. And then Brentford 2-0 up, 82nd minute, 2-2 draw. PSG 2-0 up, 56th minute, 4-2 loss. Madrid, we were 2-1 up, 85th minute. Why don't you hoof the ball or hoof it to the corner? Go ahead, Matthias. Before
It's
I
so
move on
basic.
No, I was mentioning that the Brighton one, yeah, it was the game that pissed me off even more. Do you know Brighton equalizer? Yeah, no, it was the second goal. The guy who came off the bench. Yeah, literally, Rico Lewis had the ball. It was him and Vardio. All they had to do is just clear it. Just clear it. They were like them two.
So basic too.
Shall I kick it or you kicking it? And the Brighton players just right, move out of the way. It's a goal. I was like, yo, you're professional footballers. Feyenoord, Edison, what are you doing, mate? Do you know what I mean? Bro, it's just Christmas is finished. Christmas was 2 months ago. We're still handing out gifts.
Yeah, so look, I'm gonna have to close it now, but I'll go to Prophet. Prophet, what do you have to say? Is there anything else you want to say, Prophet?
All right, I'm going to be real brutal now, and a lot of persons are not going to like to hear this, but I blame.
No, preach. Go ahead. Martin is leaving anyway, so the happy.
Yeah, the happy clap will go. You're all right.
Nah.
See you, Martin. I appreciate it, Martin. Though
Martin,
appreciate
Martin's moved to
Big
the
up,
dark
Martin.
side now. Come on,
big up Martin. Every single thing that has happened this season, I am blaming on Pep Guardiola. I'm calling it arrogance. The arrogance not to start the rebuild early. The arrogance to keep starting the senior players when it is very obvious that they are no longer good enough. If it was a case where we tried the kids and it didn't work, no problem. We would have said Pep Guardiola tried everything and it's just one of those seasons. His refusal to try the kids At this point in time, I do not know if Nico O'Reilly is good. I do not know if Jacob Wright is good. The jury is still out on McAtee because they have not gotten enough minutes. Their minutes were taken away by keep playing Bernardo and Gundogan. Now, going forward, right, we need to get rid of all the old guard. People are going to say, well, we should keep some for experience. No, they are not going to offer anything. If it means that we go 2 years and maybe win a FA Cup here and there in order to get back to where we were, then so be it. It's not a matter of not winning the trophies. It's a matter of how we are playing the matches, how we are performing. Performance, not just the results, but the performance. Yeah? To this day, I cannot tell you why. All right, Matthias Nunes may not be the tiki-taka midfielder, but for the love of God, the run of games that we lost, a lot of those matches, we were just outrun. It had nothing to do with technical ability. We were just outrun, and it was plain for everybody to see.
Prophet, what you've just said, Kilster said at the beginning of the show, saying it's as if every team has just decided to say, you know what, let's just buy bullies in midfield, and then this is what has happened. Go ahead, Prophet.
No, but the thing is, teams have tried to bully Manchester City before, and it didn't work because we had the balance. If you wanted to play dirty, we can hang with you. If you want to go transition for transition, we had Leroy Sané, Kevin De Bruyne at his peak. We had Raheem Sterling. We would put the ball over the top. So anyhow you wanted to play the game, City could have gone there with you. No, I think this is a continuation of the happy clappers thing that Pep spoke about during the treble season. And it has even gotten worse because they have won a bit more. The hunger is gone, not a problem.
Way too soft, too.
Get rid of them. There's no time for sentiment. This is not City of 1998 when we were crap. That is done. The Sheikh didn't buy the club to continue with that. We're seated at the table with Real Madrid and Barcelona. Sometimes we just have to be ruthless. Unless, if we don't do that, we're going to end up with KDB, Bernard, and all of those players getting treated like Walker. When it was very obvious, even during the treble season, that Walker was finished. Because Walker didn't play in the final. Walker only played 2 specific matches. One for Mbappe, which was, I think, PSG.
And he wasn't fit enough, isn't it? They did say, even Pep said Walker is not fit enough.
Whatever the case is, he shouldn't have been there. Should have been sold. Sentiment. So now, going forward, I hope this is a lesson learned. Pep getting a beat in the 5-1s, the 4-1s. I am hoping that Pep looks at it and says, here's what. I am not going to allow this to happen again in the summer. When we go out and get players, prerequisites, must have pace, must have aggression. Because Kusanov, people are, don't play him because he might get a red card. How can you do that? You're guessing.
I'd rather see Kusanov get a red card than to see Rico out there.
Yes, because they are passive.
Kusanov would have given Vinny something to think about.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
him at least once. He would have sent him to the floor like the little BIT.
To be honest with you, call me a scumbag, yeah. For all I care, Kushunov could have 2-footed. No, call me a scumbag, yeah.
Scumbag, yeah.
Scumbag. But if Kushunov, 2-footed tackled Vinny, I could care less.
No problem.
Yeah, but Adam, that's what's missing in this team. Even
no,
there's a
Patrick.
Let me give an example. No, Adam, let me give an example. There's a moment
Patrick,
where,
please, wait, Patrick, Patrick.
Wait, Adam.
Let me talk.
No, wait, I'll let you talk. I'm just saying that there's a moment where Man City this season, instead of just tackling somebody, even Vinny, do you know what somebody told me, Adam? He's like, why doesn't Rico Lewis just take the red card? That moment.
Yeah.
Just take Vinny's legs out. If he's beaten you, go ahead, Adam. You're a scumbag.
See, you're a dictator.
I am.
Patrick. Yeah, but let me talk. Like what I was saying, yeah.
Adam, just 1 moment. Patrick, just before we end the stream, yeah, I know you're getting everyone's phone. Can we just give me 2 minutes of 2 to 5 minutes? We're just doing keep and get rid of in the whole squad. So we just know.
Go ahead. You know what? This is what I'm going to do. You know what
wait, can I wait.
No, let's have a go. Let me have a go.
Okay, I will start.
Have a talk.
You know, on top of you know who's on top of that list?
I'm going to the chicken. I'll be back.
Right.
Okay.
Let
Number
me share,
one,
let me share the screen. 1 minute.
number one, Gundogan.
Yeah.
Whether you ship him to Turkey, Saudi Arabia, ship him as long as he leaves the club. Next one, Matthias Nunes.
Number
Bernardo,
3, I'm doing Kovacic number 3. No,
yeah.
I'll do Bernardo number 3, Kovacic 4.
Bernardo, you can ship him to Barcelona on loan or something like that.
I think Stones needs to go too. I know he was nice yesterday, but you cannot rely on him. He breaks down too much.
Yes, Stones has
And
to go.
when he breaks down, he's taking a roster spot for someone because we have to leave it open for Stones for the 30 minutes that he gets every
Right, let
now
me-
and
let me
then.
just-
Because we know
But
he's going
to
to get
be-
injured in the
Right,
next
let
But
me-
to
let
be
me-
honest with you, with Ake, I'm 50-50. Where I would keep him, but at the same time,
Let's share the screen, man.
with Ake, I'm not sure. With Ake 50-50, I would keep him, but I don't know. That's the thing
1
with
minute.
him.
1 minute.
I'm also getting
Jerry,
rid of
yeah, I
Ortega.
would keep KDB, Jerry.
1 minute. Let me just stop that. It's showing the wrong one.
Well, do you check on my chicken? Keep talking. Next time, go ahead. You guys keep talking.
Okay, so we're getting rid of Gundo. We're getting rid of who else? We're getting rid of Nunes. We're getting rid of Stones. I'm getting rid of Stones. Bernardo.
So
Maybe we should have started this with who are we
let's
keeping?
go. We've got Edison. Keep for sale.
I think he needs to go.
He needs
No,
to
man,
go.
ship him. Get him out.
His head's
Ortega.
gone.
No,
Ortega.
And
look,
we
for
can
me,
also, I think we can upgrade the shot stopping. Maybe
you know, for
slightly
me,
less on the
honestly
kicking,
speaking,
but more on the shot
Right,
stopping.
Edison
know-
is gone. Ortega.
you know,
Someone said
Matthias,
Chevalier in the chat.
you know,
I don't who that is.
last season I defended him, but to be honest with you, I think his heart and his mind is not at the club no more. That's
So
the
he's
honest
gone.
truth.
Adam, he's no excuse. He's gone. Ortega.
No, I'm saying no. I know he's gonna leave in the summer, most likely. His mind is not at this club no more.
Adam, let's not
And
be
Ortega has to
politicians.
go too.
Just
He's
keep
not
for
good enough.
sale. Or Edison gone. Ortega.
I think he'll probably stay Ortega. I
Stay.
don't know. I
Right,
could be
okay.
wrong.
No, he's gonna
Right,
go.
we've got a guy that gets paid 120k a month. And his whole job at the football club is just to make the players laugh at the training ground.
Scott
is
Carson.
Who's that? Is that
Scott
Carson?
Carson.
Well, everybody is a third goalkeeper though.
Nah,
Like,
but we need a
that's
third
not out of the
goalkeeper. I think
ordinary.
who's capable of jumping in, Kilster. We need, I think, a third goalkeeper who's capable of jumping in.
Well, someone
Okay.
in the chat said Chevalier. I don't know who
Scott
that is,
Carson.
but
Keep for
I
sale.
heard that name.
Keep for
To
sale.
jump in.
Carson.
Yeah. Just
I think Carson's
not
padding the
even sell.
homegrown quota.
For me, get rid of him. Right.
You know what it is, yeah, Mattis. I think he's
Sale.
just there simply just.
Hands up
I
his-
think he's just there mostly just for the, like what Kel said, the homegrown quota.
for
That's
jokes.
it.
No, you said jokes.
Oh.
You said banter and jokes.
Why don't they use me as a homegrown quota? I'm a footballer.
Hey, if that's the
120K
case,
a month.
Because
hey, if
it's like a rule. You have to
Girls,
have.
girls.
You can only have 17
Mateus is
non-homegrown.
shameless. He's here chasing the
No,
bag. Let's
no,
know
no,
that this
no.
guy is shameless. Mateus is shameless. Here to chase the bag.
No, but Kels,
being
if that's the
serious,
case, yeah, if
Patrick.
they're keeping Carson, why don't they bring this useless guy Patrick?
Right,
Even though
okay.
Patrick
what am
is
I
a terrible goalkeeper.
We are deciding
I
on
am a terrible.
Scott Carson. Right, let's move to
I think
defenders.
Grealish needs to go too.
Vardy.
Keep. Vardy.
Akanji.
Vardy I'll keep.
Akanji. Keep.
Vardy I'll sign a 10-year contract extension right now.
Right, Akanji.
Okay, keep.
Go. He needs to go.
Does he?
Keep.
I'm getting
He's
rid of him.
29.
We
He's
we
just
bought
29.
3 defenders in January. We don't. Akanji's been a bozo this season. He has cost us
Yeah,
so
but
many games.
But come on.
You need
he's
to remember
29.
that Akanji nearly cost us the treble. Remember that back pass?
He almost
against
cost us the
final?
Champions League, and he almost cost us the league last season with that boneheaded pass to Son.
Sorry,
He
Patrick,
needs to
I'm back.
go.
I'm back. Sorry, Patrick. I'm
Oh,
back.
go
He
ahead.
ran
So
Laporte out of this
who else?
team.
So who else? Then who else? What other defender? Go. Thank you very much, Carl.
Right,
We're just doing
we've
keep
got-
or sell.
we've got
Okay,
Akanji. Akanji. We're keeping
Akanji.
I'm
Akanji.
getting rid of
keep.
Akanji.
Carl, are you
Yeah.
He's
keeping
also
Akanji or
almost
selling
30,
him in
and
the
he's having
summer?
injury problems. He
I'm
needs to
keeping
go.
him. I'm keeping him.
I'm keeping Akanji.
I'm
I
also
don't mind.
keeping. I'm also
Yeah.
keeping.
You know is yeah,
He's
I'll
gonna-
keep
well, then
Akanji.
Husinov won't play.
You know
Get
is
him
yeah, I'll keep
Jumbaba and
Akanji,
sell Akanji.
but I will move Akanji to the right back position as a centre back. Akanji
No, I
is
think we're gonna buy
is
a
a
right back.
bozo.
Yo, alphabet chips, yeah? For 120k a month, I could send it to David Chappelle in that training ground. I'll just make everyone laugh. Do you know what I mean? He's on 120k a month. He doesn't play in football. and he gets to travel all the way every country in the world for free. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think he goes to all of them, but
Yeah, well, it's fine.
point taken.
Right, Ruben Diaz, he's staying.
Stay.
Yeah.
Extend his contract too.
Oh, we coming to them two suspects, Nathan Ake and John Stones.
I'm keeping Ake out of Stones because
I was just about to say
Stones
that.
is more injury prone, and Ake can actually defend. If you think about our defenders,
John
very
Stones
few
can
of
be
them
our
are actually
midfielder.
like pure defenders. Like Diaz and Ake are the only ones I really trust defensively. Yashko's too busy going forward. Akanji's too busy going forward. Stones is too busy going forward.
The reason why you won the UCL, I'll tell you this: it was not Erling Haaland, it was not De Bruyne, it was John Stones. That's the reason why you won the UCL last year, or the treble. That role that John plays in the big game is going to. Remember our discussion about the lineup?
I like Stones, man. I like Stones.
When I said I would have Stones and Gonzalez in the midfield. Remember that discussion? The problem was our manager did one part, he didn't do the other.
Yeah, the problem is, don't get me wrong, John Stones' quality in terms of on the ball is second to none. But he can't stay fit.
He can't
True.
stay fit. That's the only reason I'm getting rid of him is he can't stay fit, and I think he's taking the spot of
This
somebody.
guy John Stones, it wouldn't surprise me if he goes up the stairs and then he gets injured climbing up the stairs.
John Stones.
How many times last season did he play 45 minutes and then miss?
Right, but
6
whoever
weeks?
you get instead of John Stones
Last season he played 16 games.
Has to be John Stones level. Has to be. You
Ooh,
can't get.
How are we going to get that person in if John Stones is on the team taking up the roster slot?
No, my point is whoever you get instead of him has to be at that level, can do what he does, or we change the way we play. Right.
I think we're going to have to change the way we play.
Mm.
Why are we buying all these direct players to play possession ball? It's not going to work.
If we're keeping both John Stones and Ake, we're not getting any more defenders.
And we need them because they are unreliable. We're having a disaster at the back line this season, specifically because those two keep getting injured and they're injured at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why we have to throw Rico Lewis out there and Mateus Nunes out there, is because these two cannot stay fit.
Yeah, but one of
You
them.
know what we could do? Hey, we could always take Patrick out of retirement and Matthias out of retirement and then put them in the defense.
I'm actually a good defender, you know, Adam. I'm generally a good
run,
defender.
so don't look at me. Like, I love Stones. I think he is I think when he is fit and in form, he is a top 5 center back in the whole world. But I think that version of him is just, we're never going to see that consistently.
Yeah,
and
but the problem is
recurring injuries are going to shorten his career. He's not going to get better. He's not going to get healthier. It's only going to get worse.
Yeah,
because that's just what the body does. And
I
love him,
club,
but he's just not good enough.
And I don't see the club keeping both John Stones and Ake. It's going to be one or the other that needs to go.
Also, we spent $60 million on 2 defenders this year.